What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly conversational podcast all about video games that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Stinson, Neocharge on PSN, and joining me for episode number 14, as always, is the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia, Bob Harriman, Leon Lyon Hartley on PSN. Also joining us, our special guest, all the way from Ohio, Caleb Shiff, Admiral Merps on PSN. What's up, man? Good to have you on the cast again.
Hello. I can't believe I was invited back.
Yeah, dude, we love you.
No, I appreciate it. This is awesome. Glad to be here. How you guys doing?
Awesome.
Not too bad. Hey, doing pretty good. Matt, I got a order for you. You know, a package to be delivered. If you can't tell, that's where my mind's been for the last week or so.
I know.
We'll talk all about that later. But outside of that, just living the life, living the dream. Getting ready to start another chapter in my life. When you guys hear this on the day of when it go live, it'll be the very following day. But Friday, I'll start another chapter of my life. Go do some cool stuff. A new opportunity, and just looking forward to it.
That's great,
Awesome.
man. Glad to hear it. I brought something special for you, Bob. Are you ready?
Oh,
So I don't know if you notice, I've been sitting low so you can't see my shirt. I wore this shirt specifically for you. Are you ready to see it?
You have my attention, sir. Oh, that is gorgeous, my friend.
Can I take a guess at what it is?
Yes, please.
Xenoblade Chronicles?
Oh my God! How dare you, sir?
Thank you.
Although to be fair,
it's Final Fantasy. Okay, hold on. It's Final Fantasy VIII. Sorry.
Yeah,
Jesus.
there you go. That's
Thank
small,
you.
And that's,
I needed to study it a little bit.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a little bit more abstract.
It looked a little like Shulk, though, but of course, no.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
Final Fantasy VIII. You gotta describe it for the viewers now. You gotta describe it in detail.
Well, here, Bob, go ahead, because it's easy.
Give me 20 minutes of exposition on this. So it's one of those like pictures where you've got shadows layered to give it a three-dimensional look in pure. But the main outline is Squall himself holding the gunblade. Might I say, over the shoulder in a very badass method, much more badass than Cloud ever could. But you know what? You know what it kind of reminds me of, that art style is take Deacon St. John away from the image in Days Gone, and you have that picture, shirt right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love the cipher, the negative space cipher in Squall's shoulder. It's a cool thing for a Final Fantasy VIII fan, and I thought of you when I saw it in my drawer like 5 days ago, and I was like, I'm saving this for the cast. I got to wear it for him.
There is so much in that shirt. If you've played the game and love it like we do, there is so much in that shirt with the small details. So wherever you got that, I need the link so I can order like 10 of them, so I have a supply for the rest of my life.
I will see if I can find it for you.
You gotta take a picture of it, and we got to put it on Discord too, so
Sure.
people have reference.
I'll wear it
Not on video yet.
and no pants.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no, I'll load it up there. Sure.
Excellent. Yeah, we're not on video yet. We're getting close. We're figuring things out. We figured some stuff out on the back end, which we're going to talk about. Before that, though, we're both drinking some beers, about to talk some video games. What are we drinking, fellas?
Go ahead, Bob.
All right. Well, as soon as Matt saw me crack this can, he immediately knew where I was going. This is from Horse and Dragon Brewing up there in the Great Fort Collins, Colorado area. This one is a honey brown ale called Whistle Blast. It's got that nice little bit of a light brown ale, but then you can taste the thing about this one is you continue to taste that like after the hint of honey, even 30 seconds after you have that first drink. It just sits there, not overpowering, but it just sits there in the back end, kind of like when you get honey for your sore throat, it kind of sits there like that.
That sounds good. That sounds really good.
Yeah, Horse and Dragon's one of my favorite breweries, honestly, up in Fort Collins. And yeah, I'm actually drinking something up there too. Greeley, Colorado. Greeley, Colorado, of course, is home to one of the best breweries, Weldworks, but they also have Wiley Roots Brewing Company. And I am drinking, it's called the Friendly Robot. It's a West Coast style IPA. I'm not usually an IPA drinker, but sometimes I do like my IPAs. And this one's a West Coast, so it's a little smoother. It's a little fruitier, and it's with it says with Amarillo, Citra, and Eldorado hops. And it's quite delicious. Yeah, it's really good.
If you were to compare it, the hoppiness is always my problem with IPAs if it's too hoppy. I really like Elvis Juice, which is technically an IPA.
Okay.
I was actually drinking that on the 8-bit episode when I was a guest. But
Nice.
for the one you're talking about now, is the hops sort of tame? Is it tamer?
Yes.
Or
So are you familiar with IBU?
yeah.
Yeah. I'd say it's 25 to 30. So not too crazy, not too hoppy, but it is on the hoppier side of what I usually drink.
Mhm.
If you don't like the hoppier ones, look for Juicies or West Coast. And those are like the juicy IPAs, those are less IBU. The ones you want to stay away from are Imperial or double or triples. Those are fucking crazy with like 80 IBU that will just take rust off of a car engine. It's crazy.
I learned that the hard way. The first time I was trying some, because I like typically when I'm having, like a Guinness or something, I like the doubles and the triple ale. I love triple ale. So I did the same for an IPA, and I'm pretty sure I almost threw up on the bartender. I was like, this is like drinking Alka-Seltzer. I can't do it.
Yeah. So, and then bourbon barrel aged, those can get a little bitter, but those are still pretty good. So, but yeah, what are you drinking, Caleb?
I did my research and my homework this time. No, I didn't really have to do that much homework because I do know this brewery. Are you guys familiar with Urban Artifact?
No.
I've heard the name.
Okay, so Cincinnati based. We have friends that live down there. They quite literally live like 2 blocks away from the brewery. So we'll go and taste new stuff with them sometimes. Or when they come and visit us, they'll bring like, oh, there's this new blackberry sour that they did. And it's, But so what I'm drinking is an Urban Artifact Skipjack is what it's called. It's a prickly pear, which is real good. If you guys like prickly pear, if you don't like prickly pear, grow up.
I love it.
No, it's great. But it's a Midwest fruit tart. So I thought it was a sour the first time I had it. I never really knew the difference between a sour and a fruit tart because I am not the connoisseur that you are. So maybe you know, and I don't know. But it is awesome. It is 10% alcohol, which I did not realize.
Ooh, that's gonna get you.
So if I start slurring in about 20 minutes, I apologize to you two. I don't apologize to your viewers though. You're listening. No,
they know what they signed up for.
Yeah, they're here for this.
Unhinged, everyone. That's why we say it.
Fucking prickly hinged. There you go.
Exactly. It looks really good too. So I've had a prickly pear from another one up north, Funkworks. Another one of my favorites from up north. Fort Collins has some of the best breweries up there, but they have a prickly pear sour. I don't think it's a fruited tart, but yeah, I don't even know the percentage on mine. I think it's pretty high for an IPA though, probably up in the 8 or 9s. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, welcome everyone to episode 14. Thanks for being here. And thanks you, Caleb, for being here.
Yeah,
we love you as a guest. Yeah. How's life been? Life treating you good?
For me, it has been pretty decent. I a lot of strange interruptions, and I say this, I want to sound mean because it's not, I don't mean it that way, but like my mother-in-law visited a few times and it's fine. We have a great time. We have a great relationship, but like in the middle of when I wanted to play some Death Stranding 2, and I'm like, shit, like I gotta be an adult, which is fine. It's cool. But I was able to go to a few movies with my parents. Went to see F1, which I highly recommend. I think I actually think it should be nominated for something at the Academy Awards this year. I'm glad you got to see it. Bob, have you gotten a chance to see it?
No, I can't say I have.
Well, it's actually pretty good. I mean, it might not be for everybody because racing movie, but man, it's a really, really good one. Superman, and then also Fantastic Four. So I've gotten back to the theater more often recently, which makes me happy since I hadn't had as much time. And then, of course, watching some great TV shows, playing through Death Stranding as I can. Got a couple trips planned coming up. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain about too much except normal life stuff. That's the only thing I can really complain about.
It's funny. It's funny, Caleb. You say these distractions for keeping you from Death Stranding 2. I'm on that same boat because I text Matt earlier this week. The Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set
Dude.
Unfortunately, awoken a sleeping beast of the last 25 years, because I used to be really into Magic. For frame of reference for the listeners, I quit during the Apocalypse era, which released in like 2003. So it's been
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and that Final Fantasy set got me just on hook. And the new set dropped this week, and I've been playing, and I've been deck building, and I've been strategizing. It's like between that, thinking about that, and delivering packages at the end of the night, I can't. It's a split decision right now.
Yeah, first world problems, because I have a couple of my Final Fantasy commander decks to sleeve still. I was waiting to get some sleeves. They were sold out everywhere here, and they arrived like last weekend. And I remember being really mad because I was like, well, if I do this, I can't play Death Stranding and I can't expand the chiral network. Like, what kind of an asshole complains about that? Like, I had too much good stuff in front of me. And of course, my wife is just rolling her eyes like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, well, Norman Reedus and I have a date, so I'm going to go do that. Like, yeah, so I feel you, man. I didn't get into the Edge of Eternity set because Final Fantasy is basically it for me. I mean, I did download Magic the Gathering Arena, got a starter deck on there from the Magic or from the Final Fantasy packs, and have been trying to play, and I've been doing all right, just trying to relearn the game.
That's very cool. That's really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of changes. I did dive into the Edge of Eternities myself, bought a box, and I'm hooked. There's no nice way to put it.
I can't do it. I got out of Pokemon TCG recently. I can't get back in. I've been having so many distractions for Death Stranding 2. A lot of life changes. Just getting used to a new normal, honestly. Let's just put it that way. And yeah, I haven't really played a lot of Death Stranding 2, and there's no fucking way I'm getting back into Magic. I have watched F1. I have watched Fantastic Four First Steps. Bob, we got to start. We got to start doing some movies together. We gotta go watch some movies. And I don't know, Tuesdays it's really cheap. I live almost really close to a movie theater. Let's just say that. And Fantastic Four First Steps was a great movie, very comic accurate, and a great kickoff to Phase 6. I think. What did you think of it, Caleb?
I do have to ask you first, just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite character in the movie? Do you have one?
Ooh, let's
From
see.
the movie, not necessarily a comic book, because they could be different.
From the movie. Yeah, I really like Galactus.
I think they did. I mean, it's...
Bob, Galactus is voiced. Do you know who Galactus is voiced by?
No, I do not. Look, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to take a guess. It's Ben Starr, isn't it?
Good guess.
Same video game. Same video game. It is from Final Fantasy 16. Yes, indeed.
No.
It is.
Bring the thunder.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Damn it! Now I gotta go see this.
I'll go see it again,
dude. His voice is just the perfect mix of smooth and gravel at the same time.
Yep.
For anybody that's out there that's married to a book person like I am, that is the voice of the main character in a lot of women's books, if you know what I mean.
Oh, now I want to read these books.
He does audio
listen to them on audio. Yeah.
No. You got to go read them. But if you know how books when you imagine things, that's exactly it. Trust me. If you know, you know. If not, it's going right over your head, and that's okay because you don't need to know.
Oh man, but dude, like for real though, he does a great job as Galactus. I'm a huge Marvel and DC lore comic fan, huge. So every time there's like a new, Big Bad is such a strange way to describe Galactus on the scale of cosmic power and shit. But anyway, when there's a new big bad, I'm always nervous. And then they cast good old Ralph. And I was like, oh fuck, it's gonna be great no matter what.
Nailed it.
And he really, they did a good job overall. I have like little niggling issues just from a movie goer's perspective. But that's so stupidly minor.
Who's your favorite?
Invisible Woman.
Okay.
By far. She's always been
Johnny Storm too.
She's always been my favorite of the Fantastic Four. Again, earlier in our spoiler cast in the 8-bit, I love strong women. Yeah. Invisible Woman, Sue Storm, when done properly, is a very, very strong woman.
Let's just say the space scene. She did that while doing that. Yeah, go. So you guys should go see it. Speaking of space scenes, they're on the level of Interstellar. Honestly, like they were incredible. And
they did a surprising amount of stuff in space.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure what to expect, especially because it's not an origin story for the
Yep.
Fantastic Four. And I thought, how are we going to do this? And I really, really, really liked it. My
Yep.
only real concern, and then I promise I'll shut up about it, because I could talk about it forever.
Right.
It was Pedro Pascal's Reed Richards. I was really nervous about him. I love him. I love him as an actor. I think he's great. As Reed Richards, I was not sold before the movie. While watching the movie, I actually thought that he towed that line of being pretty good Reed. You know, Reed's always, I mean, he's hyper intelligent, and they even have a scene in the movie where they discuss it very briefly.
They conveyed his intelligence very well.
Yeah, but they talk about how he is capable of thinking of some horrible shit.
Yeah.
And that's because he has to defend it. And that scene alone was the one where I was like, thank you for at least addressing that. Because otherwise, I feel like they're playing it a little too safe with Reed Richards.
Yeah.
But I came out of the movie being very happy overall. And I'm here for Pedro again. Like, I want to see what else he can do.
Oh, yeah.
Because if they go where they should go with Reed, he's going to have some range that he has to show. And that super exciting. But you're right. I like Johnny Storm quite a bit too, and I liked the actor Joseph Quinn, I believe is his name.
Oh, he was Eddie. He was Eddie in Stranger Things. I did not connect that until I looked. I was just looking stuff up, and I was like, "Oh shit, yeah!"
My favorite character from season 4. Within 2 seconds of him walking on screen, I didn't know who he was. To me, he was a nobody, and I'm not saying that to be mean, but I remember going upstairs and telling my wife, "This dude who plays this guy named Eddie." Is my favorite part of the show, and he remained my favorite part of the show. So when he was cast as Johnny Storm, I was like, "Oh, bring that shit on!" And he did a really good job. So I was happy. So Bob, yes, you need to see it. I will shut up about it now. I haven't been able to really talk to anybody else about it. So
tell you what, I'll watch it with you, Matt. But you got to sit down and watch the Mortal Kombat 2 movie with me, because that is on my list for this year.
Yeah, we'll go see that in theaters too. 100%. I'll get tickets for that. And Tron Ares. Ooh. 9 Inch Nails. Oh, I saw that new trailer.
I'm a big,
yeah, 9 Inch Nails. Yep. I'm a big movie theater goer. Love it. So I'll let you know when I get tickets. I just get them all the time. I see probably 2 movies a month, sometimes 3. But yeah, if you haven't seen Fantastic Four: First Steps, it's the kickoff of Phase 6 of the MCU. Go see it. It's awesome.
Even if you hate Marvel right now, like, trust me, it actually does right. Thunderbolts and that have been very good. So
yeah.
All right, now I will shut up.
Yes. Lastly, I haven't been really collecting cards, but I have been chasing the Final Fantasy VII Polygon figures, and I got Volume 2. I know, Caleb, you got them. You haven't cracked them yet, have you?
No, I haven't. Because
oh my God.
I am
a
sadist, and I don't know. It's like once they're open, is it Schrodinger's Tifa? Like, I need to know that I got her and I got Cloud, and I know that I'm going to get neither of them.
Volume 1. So if people don't know what I'm talking about, they're little Polygon figures that are basically the character models from the game, and they're very accurate on the character models that you play as. Very blocky, very polygonal, and they're awesome. They look awesome. Volume 1, I believe, if you have the box, you get them all. It's not random.
Oh,
yes.
Okay.
So because I got the box at Games Ahoy up north in Fort Collins, another shout out to Fort Collins, and they said no, it's not random. You get them all. But Volume 2, they randomized it, and I got to say, I pulled every single one except the secret one, which is Zach. Unfortunately, am I thinking about getting another box so I can pull Zach? Maybe.
So you're cracking packs, just in a different way.
Yeah, I'm cracking figures, but I did get, so all I want is the main 9, right? The main 9, the main party, and Vincent isn't out yet. I don't know where he is. Maybe Volume 3, but I have every single one. I opened them. I got every single one of the main 9, and I have 8 of the 9. So I'm just waiting on Vincent. So I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Maybe I'll do a little display case that hangs on the wall. I don't know. They're so cool looking. They were ripped out of the fucking CRT game, like just ripped off there. So
you know what you should do? You should take your Sephiroth from Rebirth and like that big fucking
oh yeah, it's
statue,
19-inch statue.
and just put him in parties around him, like the final battle. Spoilers for a 20-some-year-old game, but you should put him around him in like the final battle, even though it's not safe for Sephiroth. But like, fuck that, he's gigantic, and it would look really cool. I think it looked great.
I'm gonna have that in my background when we go on video, which should be soonish. We're working on stuff. We really are for you guys. So yeah, but yeah, you got to crack those at some point. You gotta display them. When I figure out how to display them, I'll let you know. And yeah, it's awesome.
You're right.
So,
I should.
Yeah. So yeah, no packs, but those figures, I'll show them when you come over, Bob. They're awesome. They look like they're ripped right out of the game. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, life's been good, and everything's a lot of changes, and everything's gravy. Let's just say that. Yeah, I haven't played a lot of Death Stranding 2. I plan to though, and we'll get there when we can. So, let's see. So, Bob, you're not going to say it this time, but I'm going to say it. That where can people find us? Wait a second. Hold on. Is it Linktree? No. We finally fucking figured this out. We got it. Guess what? You go to shapesofgaming.com. Wow.
That's really complicated. I don't know if I can remember that.
Yeah.
Can you say it again? Just for me.
I'm not going to spell it out. It's shapesofgaming.com or https://shapesofgaming.com. That's going to take you right to our link tree. And that's going to give you the Discord link. That's going to give you the YouTube. That's going to give you the podcast, everything. You go to shapesofgaming.com. If you want to join our Discord, a bunch of people on the Discord. We have a bunch of cool conversations. People ask questions. We read them on the cast. We have a blast over there. Bob and I are pretty frequent on there. Admiral Merps here is on there as well. And we have fun over there. So it's no longer the link tree, link.tre. I'm not even going to say it. It's shapesofgaming.com. So we finally got that figured out. There was some back-end wizardry bullshit with the DNS and the A record and forwarding and fuck. I mean, if only we were in IT.
It only took 14 episodes, folks.
Right? If only you were a fucking network admin.
I don't know. Hey! As a network guy, DNS is never a network problem.
Right.
That's what I always say. If you're an IT guy, you know what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
Give me that feedback loop.
Yes. So we got that figured out finally. If you want to join our Discord, we're going to strengthen our social media presence. Thanks to all tier 1, 2, 3, I think, on Discord. A good friend of mine, great listener of the show. He's been here since day one, and he's going to help us out with the social media stuff. We're going to all tier 2, 3, all tier 23. So shout out to you. Thank you for helping us out with the social media stuff. We're going to bolster our social media presence and get you some clips up there. Maybe get some more posts, stuff like that. Bob and I don't do social media personally. We're not really into social media, so we're getting the community involved. We're shaping this as we go. And it's kind of like a community, effort. So that's what we love. So if you want to help with stuff, I think we're looking for in-person video production, in person, unfortunately. Eventually in the future, we have a lot of fun ideas. So this is only phase 1 of Shapes of Gaming. We're shaping it as we go. And we appreciate everyone in the community going along on this journey. And we have guests like Caleb here. We're going to have more guests. So we can do it. You're anywhere in the world. We can do it. And
there can only be one.
Right. So, yeah. Let's see. It is the last episode of the month. So we do have to do the state of the draft. And guess what? Admiral Merps here is on our draft. So we have 3 of the 6 people on our draft. Bob, do you want to talk about it a little bit, or you want me to just keep going with the draft stuff? I can keep going. It's up to
I
you.
don't want to talk about it, man. I don't want to talk
I've been
about it
talking
at
a
all.
lot. I'll talk more.
No,
Right,
seriously.
yeah. No, I know.
As of joking, a couple of games came through for myself and you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I bet on the wrong horse, but I definitely think there's somebody in a substantial lead because both Shadow Labyrinth and Wu Chang Fallen Feathers came out. Shadow Labyrinth got me a single point. And
I was so bummed for you, man. I really was, because like I mean I wanted to play the game anyway, and now I don't, which sucks. Like I don't. It just doesn't.
So I looked. I haven't played it yet, so keep in mind I will put that as a full disclosure. I will probably get to it. I'm going to try to fit it in somewhere because it doesn't look like that long. But did you read any of the reviews that came out on this, Caleb? Like some of the in-depth reviews?
I've only read like 2 or 3 smaller ones that basically said it just there wasn't enough to keep it interesting for the course of the game, and I feel like that's spoiler free. You know, they didn't go into much, but I didn't. I was just so disappointed when I saw that number for you. I was just like, man, I mean, because I am going to play it, just not right now. When the fuck am I going to have time to do that with Death Stranding and everything else in my life? Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. We'll get to that. But like, you know, I'm really excited for that. I haven't even touched Donkey Kong Bonanza, which I was going to, and then I just haven't. So as far as Labyrinth is concerned, I was just like, you're going to be on the back burner. You'll probably be a really fun 7 out of 10 for me. But, you know, if you were like an 83 or above, it would be a let's do this now kind of thing.
You got to be a little picky now, right? Because of like the time. And what I read, I read a couple. People were saying it's too hard.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah. That's what got me. I'm like, it's a Metroidvania. It's a platformer, like a 2D platformer, Metroidvania, whatever way you want to put it. And I heard, well, there are parts of it that are too hard in the late game. I'm like, well, then why no offense, and I don't mean this in any disrespect, but then why the fuck are you playing the game? Like that's a Madden guy going to review Elden Ring, going, man, this game sucks. It's too hard. Well, no shit, you don't understand. So I'm just putting it out there. I don't mean to, I'm not naming anybody in particular, but to write that made me. I lost a little bit of faith in the review community and the critic community there.
So can I ask, were they saying that it was too hard for them, or mechanically like the game wasn't working? Because there are times in a game that's supposed to be that tight where you, the player, if you make a mistake,
that's a good point.
You know, it's like, fuck, I suck at this, and like it's really hard. But you're not necessarily. I mean, you're mad because everybody gets a little mad when they fail. But like, you know, you're not like mad at the game. But you know, if it's like, no, I fucking did that, and this jump isn't working. You know, it's like the pixels are too far or whatever in this case.
It was a little hit or miss. It was a little bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
We got some low scoring games, unfortunately. I'll just go down the list. Mecha Break. That was the Underdog Gaming solo. That was another 71. He got 1 point.
Poor guy.
He is going to get last, unfortunately, because he's all out of bid money, fake money, by the way, everyone. And he's going to get dead last, unfortunately. I think every single one of his games, except Borderlands 4, that's going to hit.
Yeah.
Fortunately for you, Bob. And Mafia, the old country. So he's probably going to land around 80, 85. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4 released. I got a solid 13 points from that. I'm happy with that.
Not bad.
Donkey Kong Bonanza came out of fucking nowhere, and even with the performance issues, it got a 91. It is in Game of the Year territory. It's probably going to get nominated, and I got 23 points from that. Jesus. And then, Shadow Labyrinth, we just talked about that. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, unfortunately. Fortunately, 75 is pretty solid, and it's like considered a good game. I think it landed at 76. So you got 6 points from that. Single digits are a little hard to swallow, unfortunately. That was, that was you, Leon Lionheart. And let's see. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. That one hit.
We knew it was going to be good. Come on. It looked
I
great
knew
at the trailer.
that was dude. That wasn't even a pickup. That was one of my drafts games when we did the draft. It was my 5th pick.
I know, because you picked it right before I got to, and it was my next game, and I was like, "You motherfucker!"
Same here. So don't worry, we were all on that same page.
I would have lost it twice then, because it was him, and then you were in the middle of the pack. So
No,
that was a good get, though. It was a really good get.
Yeah.
87. So I'm picking up 17 points from that. I think that's going to crack 3 figures for me.
Nice.
And I still have Sword of the Sea 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games coming out. We'll see if one of them comes out. We haven't heard anything from it, which is concerning.
Yeah, dude, it's almost August. Like, what the fuck?
I know. It's got to hit holiday, right? If it hits holiday, we're like 4 months out from holiday.
I mean, what were we saying months ago? Like November? We were thinking maybe November 7th through the 15th, something like that.
There's no way it's not going to hit before holiday. There's no way they're going to release a Metroid Prime in December.
Well,
right?
Although in the past, Nintendo has done that like errant December 3rd through the 8th.
Yeah, that's true.
This is before the Game Awards. This is before all that shit. Like, I'm pretty sure when the GameCube came out, I think the Smash Brothers on GameCube, I think did get delayed after launch of the GameCube, but I think it came out like early to mid December. Right. So it's not unprecedented, but we do live in 2025 now. So I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I feel like it's toast. That's just me because it's almost August, but I don't know.
Me too. We'll see. We have a partner direct tomorrow. They're not gonna say anything about it, but the next direct they might. I have kind of lost hope, but we'll see. I'm still hopeful, of course. Let's see. People are sitting at the like the standings for the draft. We got Admiral Merps at 93 points. Fallen Awake, Mystic Rank, 87 points. Neo Charge Me, 86 points. Leon Lionheart, you Bob, 67 points. And Solo, with only 2 left, 64 points. So projections, Solo's 5th. Lionheart's 4th.
Only 2 more points and I got my goal.
Oh, yeah. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. But podium is right now sitting me, Fallen Wake, and you, Caleb, Admiral Merps. So you got. We'll see how it goes. It's anybody's game still. It really is anybody's game.
First time I ever drafted. I've never done this before. My goal was to not get anything below an 80. That was it, and games that I would be interested in. And South of Midnight fucked me, which is kind of bullshit.
You know what else fucked you? Atelier Yumiya, the Alchemist of Memories and the Envisioned Land fucked you too.
Well, I thought that was going to get an 80, so a 79 is really not that great. I mean, that was like, this is like the lowest one that I can pull right now for the draft because somebody stole Ninja Gaiden Ragebound and some other games. But no, I really think the thing that rubs me the wrong way the most about South of Midnight isn't that it scored a 77. It's that I started to change my mind on it about 2 weeks before, and I was like, you know what? I just don't think it's going to be scored well. It might be good, but I don't think it's going to be scored well. I tried to drop it, and no reviews had come out yet, no official reviews. So I was like, cool. And then, like, I think the Friday before, a couple early reviews came out, and so it locked me from dropping it. I was like, cock gobblers. And I didn't know that. I mean, I just didn't. I knew that you had to drop it before reviews came out. But I didn't realize they were going to come out with early reviews and
you gotta pay attention to the review embargo.
Well, I tried to find one, and I mean, shame on me. I couldn't find one, and I didn't care that much because I was getting ready for my trip to France. So I was like,
gotcha.
But that's the only real major bummer for me. But everything else, I'm standing by all my calls. I'm good with that.
You're doing solid. Yeah, you're doing solid. And so are you, Leon Lionheartley. It's I know I'm calling you by your fucking name, Bob. You got a lot of good ones coming out. But speaking of what's coming out, August, we got a lot of shit coming out. Let's see. Mafia the Old Country for Underdog Gaming Solo. That's going to hit. I think that's going to get a solid 80 plus easily.
I'd say 85. Mafia. 86. Yeah.
Mid 80s. Sword of the Sea. So for me, I think that's going to hit. Because it's Journey, it's Austin Wintory as doing the composing. It's that game company which did, Giant Squid, which did Abzu. I think it's gonna hit. I think it's gonna be awesome, and it's finally got a release date. Gears of War Reloaded. The originals got up in the 90s. I think that's going to hit for me too. It's going to get 90 plus.
Yeah.
This one's going to hit for you, Bob. This is a solid one. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater. You're going to get high 80s on this one. Might even crack 90s if they do well.
I think it's
this
going to
is
get
classic,
an 88.
right?
I think it's an 88 based
88.
on. Yeah, that's my guess for Snake Eater.
You heard it here.
Watch it get like a 95, and I'll be like, well,
right?
Good for you. Say, fuck my draft.
I mean, there's an outside chance. We already seen what that team has can do recently. True. So it's and Oblivion did really well.
Yeah.
So there's a chance because I'm sorry, I don't mean to speak bad to the Oblivion fans out there, but you're comparing apples and oranges. Snake Eater is by far a better game at the end of the day.
Yes. If you ignore genre type and stuff as a production value and stuff, yes, I agree.
Yeah. This one I'm concerned about, and because we haven't heard anything from it, and it releases in about a month. Lost Soul aside, it already got delayed. I have this drafted. I don't know, man. I think it might not crack 80. We'll see. I hope they're kind of just in reserve, ready to just surprise everyone. And I am going to buy it. I have it pre-ordered. It's on my list. I love the style and like it's Devil May Cry and kind of with Forspoken. I know that doesn't sound good, but I love Forspoken and it looks incredible. They showed a ton of environments. I still think it's going to hit. I think it'll get 80 plus, but I feel like it won't be well received and it might not crack 80.
If you're going to drop it, can you wait till after the first couple reviews come out?
I'm not going to drop it. No, I'm not going to drop it. I stuck my flag. I picked this up and I still think it's going to be great. PlayStation is behind it. They're going to be awesome. And lastly, at the end of the month, I think this is going to hit for you. It kind of in the vein of Ninja Gaiden, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, stats and plats. That's yours, Caleb. I think it's going to hit for you. 80 plus.
I am behind that 1,000%. I think it looks awesome. I mean, I think Ninja Gaiden looked awesome too, and I'm really excited to play it.
Did you get it pre-ordered? You got it pre-ordered from Limited Run.
Yeah, I didn't because I just didn't. I'm probably going to get it digitally like a fucking schmuck, but I just. Yeah, I don't know. Now that it's gotten really high scores, though, I might change my mind. And
not Ragebound, Shinobi.
Oh, Shinobi.
Yeah. Ragebound is you can get it at Best Buy. Okay. However, interestingly, the physical version is $15 more than the digital version. You can get it on $25. Yeah. So I mean, you get the soundtrack, some little physical goodies in there, but $15 more for the physical version. Interesting.
I mean, the soundtrack, I would pay that.
I
pay 10.
Well, it depends, right? If they lock the soundtrack to the PS5 dashboard,
fuck
the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's stupid.
Come on, give me a code so I can, redeem it at in my music streaming platform of my choice, right? Like Movies Anywhere and stuff like that. But dude, a lot of the soundtracks you get on these collector's editions, they lock it as an app to the dashboard on the PS5. If I want to listen to the fucking music, it's not going to be on the PS5. I'm going to be playing the fucking game and listening to the music on the PS5. Right? And I have Apple Music. People have Spotify, right? It's probably on there. Why the fuck do they do that? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Give me the disc at that point, right?
Exactly. Yes. Give me the disc at that point so I at least have something to show people. Whether they want to, hey, do you want to hear it? I don't have a CD player anymore. But if we did, we could play it right now.
Right. So, that's the state of the draft. We like to do the state of the draft at the end of every the episode for the end of the month, and we like going over it. It's fun. I hope you guys are having a blast. I always have a blast every year.
I'm going to have more of a blast if Lost Soul Aside gets a 3. No, I'm just kidding. I think the game
gets 3 points because that's possible.
No, it's going to hit at 0 because it's going to get delayed unexpectedly.
Yeah, I could see that. We haven't heard anything from it.
That's true.
We haven't heard anything from it, and it's a month out.
They were good about. Well, when did they delay it the first time? When
they should be going Goldmaster right now.
Yeah, they should. I mean,
they delayed it a couple months. And they delayed it 3 months ago for a couple to a few months. I don't know.
But do you remember when they announced it? Was it like a month out or was it a couple months? Because I thought it was relatively close to now. Before, it was supposed to come out in May, And I think
July. No, it was supposed to come out in July.
or July. Okay, well maybe it got delayed.
May? Maybe it was May.
Whatever.
I don't know. I forget.
I
Delays.
thought it was May 15th, but
I don't care about delays for games. I really don't care. Like, make your game good. Delay it if it's not good. Keep working on it. Release a super polished, awesome game. Because what did Miyamoto say? What was his famous quote?
Depends on
anyone.
What do you mean by that?
With delayed games, like a delayed game.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. You know this.
I forget it. Maybe.
What is
forget
it?
It. It's like
broken game is broken forever, but a delayed game could be good or still be good or something.
Something like
I
that.
don't remember either. I should remember that, and I don't.
Yeah,
me too. Me too.
I'm trying to remember. It's something to that effect.
This is 40. Mm-hmm. This is what happens when you're 40. You can't fucking remember anything that was important to you.
Right? You blame age. I blame all the pot, but that's a different story.
Okay. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rush game is bad forever.
That's what it was. Sure.
Yep. So,
sage wisdom, Miyamoto.
That old internet. I remembered that. I didn't just look it up for sure.
No, we don't have information at our fingertips. That was all on your frontal lobe. I remember.
100%.
I watched.
I accessed the annals of my brain.
Ooh.
So, yeah. Right.
He said anal.
Let's get into news. Let's get into the news. Let's see. We got new PS Plus monthly games. You want to go over those, Bob? You want to go over the new games we have?
Yeah.
Which are awesome games. And one of them I'm excited for everyone else, but I bought, unfortunately. So
you bought it for me as a Christmas present or a Hanukkah present. Well, you bought me the same game. So I'm also thrilled for other people. Thank you again. Great game.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Dude, it's funny. This game came up, and I wonder if it's with another buddy of mine, and I wonder if it's because of this announcement. But this month, I say August, big game is Lies of P. This game, I've recommended it to Matt. I've recommended it to a few other buddies, and I gotta say, this game, everybody I've recommended it to, I haven't gotten any feedback about negativity. If for those that don't know, think of this as the best Souls-like, not light, but like game that's not developed by FromSoft. Very Bloodborne, Gothic inspired, but with puppets, and it's very, very heavily inspired on the world of Pinocchio. And I'm not talking the Disney animated classic, folks. I'm talking the original stuff that's very dark and grim. Especially since you made it, I wrote it. But go look at it, check this out. Too bad I already bought it. Too bad I'm gonna get the DLC. But if you haven't gotten it, definitely go check this out. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, we got DayZ coming out. I don't, be honest, I'm not trying to talk bad about it, but it doesn't have my interest. Zombie games were 15 years ago.
And not as interesting when you keep doing the same thing. And I say that about movies. I say that about books. I say, this game didn't really do it for me either when I saw it. I'm happy for those that might be interested. But for me, I don't have time for that right now. I don't.
Yeah. But Bob, you did recommend Lies of P to me. And I played it. It's one of my top 3 Soulsborns of all time. I was getting on your case about playing it, Caleb. I was like, you got to play it. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm buying it for you, sending it to you. And you got it. You played it. You loved it. And we got DLC. We got DLC coming out for it. So
you were mad at me when I fought a certain boss.
Oh my god!
You were. How long did that take you? And I actually
2 hours.
I didn't know which boss you were talking about because the name didn't mean anything to me because I beat it the first try.
Bob hasn't even fought it because it's a secret boss.
Oh, okay. Well, oops. Yeah. And then I will say though, when I had to go back and you have to beat the game 2 more times,
right?
Unless you save scum and all that. When I went back to do it again because I just didn't do it the right way, the third time was a lot more difficult.
Oh yeah,
that motherfucker can eat my ass. But
oh my god,
regardless,
one of the hardest bosses I've ever fought in a video game.
It was very well done. That's the thing. When I would lose when I went back, the only pride that was embarrassing was because the first time was kind of a joke. I mean, I really just ate right through it. And then, you're, oh man, you're going to get your ass kicked. And I did a handful of times. I mean, I think I died, 5 times, which is still pretty damn good against that boss.
That's
but
real good, dude.
shit, like that boss was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you to get to it, Bob. You'll have to report back.
Oh yeah.
I think I know which boss we'll tell you. We'll chat offline because I think I know which boss you're talking about. But yeah, we'll definitely take. I know somebody who's gone. I think he got the platinum on that one, and he did not save scum it.
Yeah. No, I didn't save scum.
Same
Jesus, that's in some good company.
I played
here.
it 3.5 times.
There's not a Souls game that I have not platinumed that I've played.
Very cool.
Demon Souls, all the Dark Souls, Elden Ring. I guess I haven't played Night Rain, but I don't really care that much about it, to be honest. I feel like I played Elden Ring, so I could be fine in Night Rain.
Yeah.
If you boys wanted to play with me, I would be more than happy to get it. But I feel like I would go. Yeah, exactly. When maybe when Bob and I are done with Death Stranding, and then 17 years from now, when you are also done with Death Stranding,
right? Yeah. My chiral network expansion is not going well, but soon will be for sure.
I have 0 likes from you son of a bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm helping him out. He's not building any roads, not contributing to any roads, not contributing to shit.
I will soon, very soon. It's gonna happen. But yeah, if you haven't played Lies of P and you love Bloodborne or any Soulsborne, really, dude, it's so good. It's so good. Go. You don't even have to buy it now. You get it for free. Well, it's included in your subscription, right? So, and then another one, My Hero One's Justice, which I assume is My Hero Academia. It looks like the same font. I don't know.
Yeah, yep, you're right on this one. It's a fighting action game. I don't want to say anime slop because it sounds kind of condescending, and it has a negative connotation, but it's anime slop. It's licensed anime slop. If you like My Hero Academia, you might be interested. I just don't know anybody that's personally played it. I don't know anybody that knows anything about it, but definitely, if you've played it, I'm curious to hear about it because I played the Budokai games back in the day, and those were fucking awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, drop thoughts in the Discord because I also want to know. I wanted to watch My Hero Academia on Netflix, and then I just didn't. I never got around to it because of everything else.
Do we have an anime channel? If we don't, we need to create one, and we're going to. So there will be an anime channel in the Discord.
That's in Pandora's box, my friend.
Channel, yeah, whatever. Like it already isn't with some of the channels. It's quite the community there. Keep the conversation going. Whatever you want to say, we don't care. Just don't be an asshole.
I've opened some of those things in public, and I've just gone yikes and closed it real fast. Not talking shit about anybody. Be yourselves. That's great.
Yeah.
But I laugh, and then my wife looks at me like, "What's going on?" And I say, "You don't care. You just don't care about this. Trust me."
But we love it. The Discord community is continuing to grow, and hopefully people will be able to go to the link now because it's just Shapes of Gaming. Let's see. The ROG Xbox Ally got pricing, and it's interesting and steep. So the ROG Xbox Ally, the standard model, is going to be $599, between $599 and $690 USD. That's a lot.
So here's a question for either of you, because I am not a PC gamer anymore. I still know enough about PC gaming, not as much as I would like to for as much as I love the game world. But knowing what I know about the Switch and Switch 2, its hardware, and all the other portable things, an iPad you can even use as a Switch, or even an iPad as an Xbox now if you want it to be. Do you know what the operating system is on this handheld? Because that makes a huge difference in price. It really does.
So from my understanding, and I would have to go dig into it, but from my understanding, this is so Microsoft, not Xbox, but Microsoft has 2 mainline operating systems that they kind of support. One of them being the Windows Desktop Experience, which is your Windows 11 and everything else, right?
Yeah. Yes.
If you remember from back in the day of Windows 10, and people are like, "Shut up, nerd," they had that desktop or the tablet mode that you could switch into that would get rid of like the start menu and start bar.
Yes.
That's been kind of put to the side from my understanding with Windows 11, but it's called Windows NT, which is kind of like a stripped down version of Windows. I'm willing to bet this is basically, and I would have to go look at some tech videos on this, but I'm willing to bet that's what it is. It's Windows NT because they can customize the shell on the NT very effectively to meet customers' needs. Believe it or not, you'll see that a lot with like your checkout systems at like Walmarts or Targets and things like that. A lot of times they're running basically a Windows NT under the hood with a custom shell. So I'm willing to bet that's what it is. How that integrates, which makes sense because it integrates with like Steam and stuff very easily if those rumors are true.
Well, that's kind of my issue with it because I have a Steam Deck. And for not being a PC gamer, my mother actually she worked on a couple big movies that year that it came out, and I didn't have any other requests, and I just threw a Hail Mary and said, "Well, how about a Steam Deck, Mom?" And she was like, "Fuck it, sure, why not?" And that was very cool. And I don't play it as much as my other things, and that's not because it's bad. It's an awesome kit. Trust me, the hardware is great. I actually run mostly emulated stuff from games that I own all the way back to the Atari. But I was playing Dissidia on it, Dissidia Final Fantasy from the PSP with a bigger screen and a big old meaty. It ran really well. It was great. So that was fun. The thing is, I can't justify this ROG price when you compare it to a Steam Deck. And when you compare it to other things that can do a lot more. And I don't know if that just makes me a jerk or if I'm just underinformed, which is why I figured if you guys knew what operating system it ran on, if it was a Windows 11 or a Windows based anything, that's great. If it's just an Xbox and Steam portal, I mean, that thing is twice the price it should be. Unless the battery is 5,000 pounds long, then fine.
Right.
But it's not. I know the battery is not. So I was just genuinely curious if you guys knew more about it at that price.
And keep in mind that these are just the UK prices that were announced. So for the Ally regular €599, and the Ally X, well, this is where it jumps up, €899.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, so it's probably going to be pretty similar in price in USD, but it's just really, really expensive.
Well, if it's 600,
it's pricey.
if it's €600, then it's probably going to be about $500.
Windows 11.
No. Did you say
powered by Windows 11?
Oh, powered by Windows 11. So the question is, did you say that's in pounds or euros? There's a big difference.
Oh, sorry. The E with the cross through it.
The euro. Okay.
The euro.
So maybe
the euro's kicking her ass. Oh, no, the euro's kicking her ass, gentlemen. I'm looking at it right now. As of today, €1 is, according to the calculators I'm getting, it's about $1.14 US to a euro. You're looking at almost $700 for that base one.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Ouch.
Yeah. So I don't care. But
you're right. That doesn't affect us.
Right. It doesn't affect us, right? We just got Switch 2s. But damn, things are increasing, and I don't know if this is the best move from Xbox. But we'll see.
I really hope for them. I do. I want them to succeed.
Competition is good.
I want them to succeed somewhere. And they're not succeeding anywhere except Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. That's like the only thing I can... and Gears of War when it comes out. I have no doubt that that's going to be a lot of fun. But man, they really need a win somewhere. I can't.
Right? They're
yeah.
But yeah, anyway. We'll see how that shakes out for them. This next news item is very interesting. I'm glad it's happening. It's a shakeup in the industry, but so Tencent has a game they showed called Light of Motirum. Motirum. I don't know how to fucking say it. It's straight up a copy, a ripoff of Horizon. If you're curious, go watch the trailer. It came out a long time ago, and it's straight up a ripoff of Horizon. So Sony said, "Fuck you," and that looks like Horizon, and they said they're suing them. They're suing Tencent. So Sony has filed a lawsuit against Tencent for allegedly ripping off the Horizon video games. So, I saw the trailer and I was like, dude, this is a straight ripoff. Have you guys seen the trailer?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure when it came out, when that trailer was shown, I think you and I texted each other at the same time. Horizon, I mean, this is again not like a racist thing, but I think I said Horizon Zero China or something like that. And you
Right.
and you were just like, yeah, what the fuck? And then we just kind of moved on. Because I thought maybe it's not. Maybe it just looks a lot like that in this initial trailer. But boy, it is kind of blatant. It is.
Oh my-
Yeah. Oh, you're
Holy
watching.
Not
Okay,
seeing it,
cool.
Bob?
We're getting a
Holy
reaction live. Yes.
Holy shit! This is like Pal World is coming up on the line, and this is, you know what? I'm gonna step over the line and see what happens. In terms of like, what can we get away with? That's what this feels like, because I'm looking at the aesthetic, the environment.
Yeah, we have Horizon at home.
The only thing that's different that I somewhat see is, and you guys, you know what I mean by this. You remember when Ocarina of Time started the Z targeting situation? I see a lot of that in with the combat here, but changing the combat style a little bit, no, that doesn't. This is the classic effect of, can I borrow or copy your homework? Yeah, but change it up just a little so the teacher doesn't think it happened. Like that's exactly what's going on here. I've got mixed feelings about Tencent, and I don't care one way or another about whether they thrive or not. But you do that, I give you the big middle finger. That is way too.
That's a whole podcast topic.
They should have named it for real. I feel like at this point they should say, "All right, fine, we'll concede. We'll change the name," and then they should name it Horizon Zoro Dern. It's so close.
Here's the kicker, and here's why Sony is very involved in this, but they said Tencent tried to come to them in 2024 and requested to license Horizon, and Sony's like, no, we're holding the license, and Tencent's like, all right, we're just gonna fucking copy you then, and Sony's like, no, you're not. We're fucking suing you. So I'm happy to see this. Honestly, like, this is a blatant ripoff. Bob, you're watching it now. I mean, you can't do this. You can't do this.
For those people at home that can't see his face is just everything Matt and I went through. That's great. And I can see a little bit on his glasses too. So it's like I know where he is.
What was the release date of this trailer, Bob?
3 days after the next Zelda.
Let me go look, because I have something else that
it's been a while.
Reminds me of. But while I look this up, because I know it's supposed to be a release date, I'd have to go look at the trailer, to be honest.
Just the trailer release date. It should show, and if you're watching the trailer, just look
November of last year.
Yeah. So it's been a while. We first saw this, and I was like, "What the fuck, Tencent? What are you doing?"
You know what this reminds me of? I don't know if you gentlemen know what I'm talking about, but way back in the day, but really it has been a while. A young up and coming writer out of Russia, this young child, she was like 12 or 13. I would have to go look up her name. Toru Asawa, I think. No. Valeria Sprandia, Sprandy. She wrote this book, and it was beloved within the Russian community. And everybody was like, "Oh, this is amazing." And then the book got out into the worldwide, and people went, "Wait a minute. This is just Ocarina of Time in a book form."
I had no idea.
Holy shit.
It legit was like and it was like, instead of Navi, it was like Cavi or something was the fairy.
Oh my God.
It was almost on the dot. But yeah, that's what that just reminds me of, where you just change it up a little bit and be like, haha, we're going to be smart and get around it. And you're like, not really. No, there's a reason we have these rules.
Did I tell you guys about my book idea? It's called Shame of Bones. Nobody will guess what it's about.
Wrong of Feist and Liar.
The Blade Crawlers.
You say the Shame of Bones sounds like the adult film version of that.
That's my idea. It's just porn, because Game of Thrones didn't have sex in it.
Right. Oh yeah, right. Song of Fire and Ice.
A song of
not
nice
ice and fire.
Liars. I don't know.
Oh
Anyway.
my God. Oh yeah. No, this is if you guys are curious, go look up Light of Motiram. Motiram.
Motiram, right?
Yes.
Won't fucking matter, because the light's going to be snuffed out by a lawsuit.
Oh yeah. Sony's gonna win this. It's a blatant ripoff. So, honestly, they deserve it, and Tencent can take it. Unfortunately, they own so much of the video game stuff out there. So, we'll see how that shakes out. But I feel like Sony's gonna come out ahead on this one. Let's see. Good news and bad news for you, Bob. Borderlands 4 has gone gold. So
I win either way.
that's
true.
no, I mean you lose.
No, he
You
wins.
lose.
He gets to play it. He gets to play
Yeah,
it.
no,
He
of course,
gets to
right.
play
But
it.
it's kind of a win-lose, right? Oh man, that counter pick. They're
Yeah.
saying it's like the best Borderlands yet. A lot of previews, like Game Informer. By the way, Bob, did you get your Game Informer yet?
No, I have to check for today, but I still haven't.
Me either. And guess what?
Okay.
I went to a subreddit last week because I
Did you
wanted to
fill out the
know.
form?
Well, I got an email today. I was gonna wait till the end of this week because the guy on Reddit was like, the Game Informer guy was like, wait till the end of next week, and if you still have a problem, you haven't gotten it, let us know. Email me here.
Yeah.
So this morning I get up and I got an email from Game Informer without me prompting them at all, and they said, "Yo, dog, tell us the information, fill out the survey. We know that some people haven't gotten their thing." So I will say, as annoying as it is, I am very glad to see that they are being proactive enough about it. That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I supported them in the first place. But yeah, it fucking sucks. I want my Borderlands issue so that I can read about it, Like,
right.
I could get it. I mean, I have the digital thing too, but the first one, I want to read the first one in print.
Yes, you do.
I don't know if
I
that's
highly recommend it.
I heard what you said a couple weeks ago. I know I'm a little behind on the podcast. I'm so sorry, gentlemen. Again, deliver
what
packages,
the hell, man?
Go to the movies. I'm in the middle of your top 10 episode right now. I have heard you're both of your bottom 5, if you will. But I heard you say very recently about reading at night before you go to bed. You don't want to look at a screen. You want to kind of unwind and read the print. And I feel
exactly.
I think I get it. I'm kind of like that when I wake up. A lot of people wake up and the first thing they do is look at their phones. And I will if I'm doing a Duolingo, but I don't like to. I resorted the other day to looking at my mail from the day before. I was like, I got to go through something that's got text on it. So I want the Game Informer, and I have faith that they will get it to me. It just sucks because it's almost August, man. What the hell?
Oh, man.
Yeah. You know what I try and look at when I wake up? The mountain.
Is that a sex term?
No, the mountain. No, the actual mountain from my deck.
From Game of Thrones?
The Rockies. No. No. Oh yeah, I look him up. No, I try. No, so it's really good. It's really good. As soon as you get up, try and go outside, get that sun on you, and get that sunlight. Your eyes actually, your body won't wake up until your eyes like understand that you're in the sunlight. It's kind of like part of your circadian rhythm. So the moment you get up, try and get outside and look directly in the sun. I'm kidding. Don't do that. But look like outside. Look at the natural light, right?
I open the blinds and I check for bunny rabbits in the yard and stuff. That's what I do.
Right. So feeling the sun on your skin actually helps you wake up too. Our bodies are so fucking complicated. It's crazy. But if you feel the sun on your skin, if you see natural light, like the sunlight hitting things, it helps wake you up. Coffee helps too, and I drink a lot of that too.
I was going to say thank you.
But usually when I brew my coffee, I slow brew my coffee. I have like this, I used to do pour over. That is just a process, and you have to sit with it for like 20 minutes. I got an automatic pour over coffee maker. I wouldn't call myself a coffee snob, but I'm a connoisseur of coffee. I like light roasts. I like doing the pour over. I don't like doing the pour over, but I have an automatic pour over coffee maker. And I drink my coffee every morning, and I try and get outside in the sun. It really helps. And then, man, when you're going to sleep, like I was saying, and like you get rid of the screens like an hour before bed. And really just try and eliminate that blue light, because dude, people are having sleep problems, and it's probably, don't be on your phone like 30 minutes before bed or 30 minutes after you wake up. This has been the Health Podcast by Matt Stinson.
Results may vary.
Yeah, Very true. Very true. But we have a circadian rhythm, and our bodies like are attuned to a lot of stuff. And technology is good. We use it for the podcast. I use it every day when I work. But it does fuck with our circadian rhythm. And you want to not have a screen as soon as you wake up, or not have a screen right before bed. That's why I love print media, and that's why I'm so happy that Game Informer finally released physical issues, and I really hope you guys get yours.
Which brings us full circle to Bob. Why don't we have our fucking magazine yet?
What the fuck? There's a
I want my magazine too, man. What the fuck? I check every day.
I know, me too. I feel like a kid, waiting for like a package, like a game. I go to the mail and I'm just like, you're a 40-year-old man who's checking for his video game magazine. But I actually, quick non sequitur. I'm so sorry, because I talked about it briefly about the top 10 episode. I'm only halfway through, so I have a feeling I know at least 3 of Matt's top 5.
Of course.
Bob, I think I know at least 2 of yours, but I'm excited to see the rest. But I have to say, when you guys were getting started, Bob, you kicked it off, and you started to describe a game from, I believe, 1996. And immediately, this isn't a spoiler because it was a couple episodes ago for people listening now. I'm not kidding you. I mean, you guys should know, I was listening to you in the shower, so I was naked when this started.
Yeah.
You
were
said
you touching
1996, probably. When am I not touching myself? That's why I can't be on camera. When you guys get camera, I can't be on it because it's going to be rated X. No, so I'm standing there and I hear you say 1996, and I'm not kidding you. I feel like you and I might just be on the same wavelength. I am not. I wish somebody were home to prove that I did this. I yelled out, "Please be Command and fucking Conquer Red Alert." Yes! I'm not kidding you. As soon as and then you said Westwood, and I was like, motherfucker. And then you want to know what made my penis go into my body instead of out? When Matt said, I've never heard of this game. I was like, what the fuck? I was so disappointed in you. As my friend, I need you to know.
I'm sorry.
I was so upset. I know you weren't a PC gamer. I understand that, but you hadn't even heard of Command and Conquer. Like, Red Alert was my favorite of the Command and Conquer series. It was. I loved Red Alert.
I've heard of Command and Conquer. I think it was the other one.
Red Alert.
For me, it was Red. For me, it was specifically Red Alert.
Yeah.
But you're right. I think, you know what I think needs to happen, Caleb. Until we get Matt to play Red Alert, I need to send him the Tim Curry clip from Red Alert 3.
Yes.
Where he's just like, I'm going to go to the one place you can't follow me. Space.
Dude, it really is like the campiest shit. And it's great because, again, it was in the mid 1990s. And I played that. I played StarCraft. I played Warcraft 2 and 1. But man, Command and Conquer Red Alert, there was something special about that game. So I'm so sorry to completely derail for a few minutes. But Bob,
no, please,
I had to give you some respect for that choice, because I was trying to think the same thing when you guys were talking about your top 10, that it's really hard to come up with like 4 through 10. 1 through 3 are relatively easier. They might fluctuate a little bit, 2 and 3, but 4 through 10, man. But man, when you started to describe Command and Conquer and you didn't even drop the Westwood, I just like shouted it out as a naked man in a shower alone. And I thought you would appreciate it, as ridiculous as that sounds.
Another man thinking about me while he's in the shower naked. I'll take it, folks.
You're goddamn right. Why do you think I wore the shirt for you today? After I got out of the shower, I was like, how can I keep this naked ball rolling the rest of the day?
Top 3 places to listen to podcasts: shower, driving, or biking for me, or cooking. Just something that you're doing that I can't listen to podcasts while I work because I'm reading and I'm using my brain, right? And I can't listen to my podcasts if I'm watching something. I can't listen to podcasts if I'm reading something. It has to be something kinetic and that I'm not really focusing on, and then I can listen to podcasts. So
for me, because I don't cook, I'll burn the damn kitchen down because I'm an idiot. But I do the dishes, I clean. That's the deal. My wife, she's a great cook, great baker, and I will clean as much as I can so that she doesn't have to, because she feeds me, and that's very sweet. But yeah, when I do the dishes, I will try to listen to a podcast, or when I'm driving.
Oh yeah.
The only time, and I will say this because I would say never, ever, ever while you're gaming or watching something. But if I'm playing a fighting game, or on the very rare occasion I'm playing a sports game that I played forever and ever and ever, and I don't have to pay attention to a story or the music, like Street Fighter. Street Fighter has great music, no problems with the music. But 200 hours in, if you're playing some Street Fighter, I can listen to a podcast while I'm being Ken or you or Johnny or whatever. But otherwise, I feel you, man. If I have enough chunk of the time, I'm not going to listen to the podcast. But not yours, any podcast. I just don't. So I had errands today. I had dishes to do. I had things to do, and then I had to get naked and listen to my boys.
Yeah. I very rarely ever listen to podcasts while gaming. The one time I did it when I was chasing the platinum for Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Oh my God. If you guys know Assassin's Creed Valhalla, that map is huge. There's so much shit to do. It's pretty repetitive, and I listen to it. But dude, go ahead.
That's fair.
I was gonna say I did that same thing when I was chasing the platinum for Civ 6.
Yep.
Oh sure. 700 hours. So you got to listen to something else.
Just like I love Sean Bean, but I can only hear him say the line so many times.
Yeah, but dude, thank you so much for listening. We greatly appreciate it, and we understand it's a time investment, and the fact that you're listening and all of you are listening, we appreciate it very much. So,
what put me behind was some asshole wouldn't shut the fuck up during the Claire Obscure spoiler cast. I wonder who that was.
Right?
So almost 5 hours long. This clown right here. Jesus.
We had a blast. We loved having you on. That was a very fun podcast. Yeah. Going into what was it, like 3 a.m. your time?
Like I don't know.
Or like 2:30? Because I think we wrapped that up at 12:30 MST, which is 2:30 your time.
Yeah.
But dude, we had a blast on that. So
if
you haven't listened to the Claire spoiler cast, go listen to it after you play Claire Obscure, of course. All right, let's wrap up this news with I'd say the biggest announcement this week. Nintendo has announced a partner showcase today, July 31st, and they have said we are going to do roughly 25 minutes of information on upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 and Nintendo Switch games from our publishing partners. That happens today at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern time. Today, of course, if you are listening to this on launch, and it might have already happened if you're still listening to it today, because it's pretty early. So, I don't know, man.
You think they're just going to show Pokemon, the new Pokemon game?
No, that's first party.
Is it? I mean, Game Freak is not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
Pokemon's
guess,
first party.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah. Or I don't know, kind of second party. No, this
I
is
would
like
guess second, but sure.
Yeah. But Nintendo publishes that for sure. So I think this is just going to be like third party partner stuff. Now, a friend of mine, listener of the show, probably he listened to the podcast, Ryan, Infinity Zen, did tell me one game that could be there that I am excited for, and that's Hollow Knight Silk Song.
Oh.
Okay.
That gets me excited. It's probably not going to fucking be there, but I don't know, man.
3 seconds in the background of some bullshit like they did before.
Right. We still don't have a release date. That was on the ROG Xbox Ally it was in their showcase, and it was 3 seconds, and then Team Cherry was like, it exists, it's coming out this year, we'll fucking see. Honestly, and that is one I have drafted. So
between Xbox and Nintendo, they've been getting along lately in the last couple of years.
I think we may see it.
Maybe this is why we haven't heard a release date. Maybe they said, you guys can show it with your console, not console, if we can talk about it in great detail at our showcase. I could actually see Nintendo and Xbox coming to an agreement, because Xbox gets to be first in June when they showed it, and then Nintendo gets to swoop in and be like, yo, it's going to be on the portable. It'll also run on ours. It's going to be great.
Might get a release date.
Yeah, you might be right. Or Ryan,
I'm a huge Hollow Knight. Yeah. I'm a huge Hollow Knight fan. I'm very excited for this game. I have it drafted. I believe in it. I still think it's going to release this year. This partner showcase, I got my Switch mainly for first party. I think we're going to see a lot of PS4 games and Xbox One games ported, and they're going to be this blah 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 edition, Red Dead, Yeehaw, Arthur Morgan, woohoo edition. You know,
I
don't know
if I may, gentlemen. I'm only saying this now because I've already dropped it. So knowing my luck, this is going to come true. There is an outside chance, and I'm just putting on my rubbing my crystal ball, looking into the glass, that we end up with a Atlas or Koei Tecmo developed Fire Emblem game.
Oh man, I would be so fucking happy.
Isn't that
because
first party, though?
love Fire.
So Fire Emblem is it's Nintendo owned. That's like the IP, but the developer and the publisher is always done through a second or a third party. And the last one came out in 2023, which there's never been more than 3 years between a Fire Emblem game.
You're talking about
this
Engage,
partner
right?
showcase.
Sorry, that was Engage, Fire Emblem Engage. Was that 2023?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
last one, yeah. I think this partner showcase is going to be mainly third party. Honestly, I don't think we're going to see any first party stuff because we went over Fire Emblem. Nintendo publishes it. I don't think we're going to see any Nintendo published stuff. I don't think we're going to get an update on Metroid Prime. I mean, that's really first party, right? That's a big first party IP.
Maybe that's the update. Maybe they're like, just kidding, we didn't make it. Somebody else did.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting anything first party. No Pokemon, Metroid, Mario, Zelda, Donkey Kong, Kirby, nothing like that. I think it's going to be strictly third party, and I think we're going to see a lot of what we already saw and what we've already played.
I do
on the PS4.
The only thing when I saw that announcement earlier today, my very first thought and my biggest hope for the show is Hades 2. Give me Hades 2. I think that's going to be the big
shit. You're right
for me. Yeah, I can't imagine that they're going to wait any longer without having a problem with the game. And the game runs very well on PC. The early access has gone very well. People like it. It got a bunch of updates. And the only reason that I don't know everything about it is because I'm waiting to play it on my fucking PS5.
Exactly.
The Switch 2, I'm sure will run it very well. And if I didn't love my game room, I would absolutely get it on the Switch 2. It's nothing against Nintendo. It's just the fact that my AK95 or A95K OLED and my sound system and everything, I need that. I need to play Hades that way.
We are all owners of Sony OLEDs and PS5 Pros. Look at us go.
Yes, sir.
Look at us deliver packages in high def. Unless you're Pat, and then you fucking don't. You don't give us likes. You don't build roads.
I'm working on it. I was going to play tonight, but I got a fucking podcast to record.
I need charging stations, a little fucker.
All right, here's the thing. Bob and I are going to finish this. You go catch up, you son of a bitch.
No. I'm planning on binging this shit and catching up. Because wait, Bob, you're on chapter 9. 10. Fuck. And then Caleb, you're on chapter
14.
Son of a bitch.
And I have intentionally not gone past that point because I don't know that my tender heart can take it. No, it's
that's where I'm at. I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready because there have been a lot of story beats that have just I needed to process. So I need to put this down and process. And I don't know if I can take any more of this at this point in my life.
So here's the thing. Oh, sorry. I was going to say, Caleb, do you mind?
No, please go ahead.
So, shall we just get right into it, gentlemen? We're already here. So,
you like that segue?
Yeah,
you like that segue?
Yeah, that was a good segue. Matt, all right. So, you said your heart can't take it.
All
right, Caleb, you'll know what I mean. Did you recently? Well, not recently for you, but did you get to a point into the game where you put down the controller and walked away?
Oh my God.
I think I've done that about 6 times in this game. not out of frustration or anger or rage for gameplay, just for the listeners who haven't played yet. I will say Kojima is an alien who's in control of all of us. He is so in tune with the way people think, even for bonkers batshit nonsense. I mean, really, it's bonkers batshit nonsense that somehow you're like, yeah, this makes perfect sense in this world. It makes perfect sense to me. This is not a spoiler in any way, shape, or form. Anybody who's watched the trailer knows that there's a little character who looks like a doll, and his name, his name is Doll Man. My wife came in to the room, and she's not much of a gamer at all. She knows that I play weird shit. She knows that I play basically everything. But she doesn't know Kojima as much. I've tried to explain him to her, but he's an enigma. He can't be explained. He just has to be experienced. She walks in, and Dollman is doing something. And she just looks at me and she says, okay, sure. And she just leaves the room. And then I felt compelled to chase her up the stairs and be like, no, you don't understand. This thing is there. And that I would get in spoiler territory because he was talking about his story. He was talking about his story.
I have a question. I have a question for you, Caleb.
Yes.
In the private room,
Yeah.
have you played Horizon Dreamer?
Yeah.
Okay, you've seen that.
Yes.
Okay. If you
Purely
guys are
by
playing Death
accident,
Stranding,
by the way. Purely by accident, but yes.
well, he mentions like, oh, I like Horizon Dreamer. Yeah. So
yeah.
Excellent. Bob, I told Bob about that, and yeah, you finally did it.
That was Kojima. That was Kojima right there. That was like, I am in a deep emotional hole and sobbing and going through this roller coaster. And then I get into this and I'm like, God, that's just Kojima, man. Like,
that was one of the times I had to put the controller down. I mean, I laughed for a long time and I just thought, this is amazing. I'm experienced. I love this. Based on what happened 15 seconds ago in the game, this doesn't make any fucking sense, but it does. It works. And I ended up walking upstairs and just looking out outside, and I was like, "Yep, I'm a grown ass man," and that was poignant. Like, which is crazy to say, but really, in all seriousness, it is a masterpiece for people who give it the time. It's not for everybody. The game is not for everybody. It is. I think it could be for everybody if you. I have a friend who has ADHD, and he really needs something to be a little bit faster paced, right? He and I could play Diablo together because it's loot's dropping all the time, and he can just, I got a new thing to chase. I can do this, and I'm not picking on anybody with ADHD. I'm not. That's not what I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is in this game, in the first one specifically, I can understand. He's tried to play it like 5 or 6 times, and every time he says, "What the fuck? I can't get into it." And I'm thinking, stop starting over. I know that's weird. Just power through until you get to point XYZ. And then I promise you it will hit for you. I promise you just, and it's normally in another game, I wouldn't say give it 10 hours. I wouldn't, just because 10 hours is a long time, especially the older we get. Ain't nobody got time for 10 hours of quote unquote boredom. But then you really appreciate why the first couple hours were the quote unquote slog. I mean, some people could call it a slog. I wouldn't necessarily call it a slog, but that's just me. I'm a patient guy, generally speaking. But man, what Kojima did with this one is another masterclass in creativity and storytelling. And it actually makes me concerned about Clair Obscur. I think that is the game of the year. For me, it's the game of the year.
That was my next question.
This game, though, is fucking great. And it's game of the year material. It deserves it as well. I kind of want Kojima to go up there and be like, yo, I think we both win, because he's Hideo Kojima. He's one of the greatest of all time. And I'm not.
It's oranges and apples, right? They're such different games. But it's 100% going to be nominated.
Yeah, and it should be. It deserves to be nominated from an artistic standpoint alone. It really does.
And a technical achievement too.
Yeah, the Decima engine blows my mind.
And it's not ray traced. I don't understand it.
No, it's not, and that's the difference, Caleb. So, I will get to what I'm going to get to that point here in a second. But you think about the Kojima, this game. When I was playing it and getting all the way up to where I'm at now, and I know I'm getting close to that ledge at the end, there's a couple of points in that game where the hits and the writing and the emotion hits, and one in particular, I kind of felt like I got played. Like Kojima was like, you're going to feel like this, and then I'm going to make you feel like this. Not, here's a really sad and tragic story. It was, no, I'm going to make you feel like this, and then I'm going to do this to you. And I was like, yes, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Yes, Mr. Kojima.
Yeah, right?
That's exactly what happened.
Yes, Massa.
So it has the emotional gravitas and writing of Claire. Its gameplay loop is, while different, is fundamentally just as good and addicting as Claire, because I have ADHD as well. Tell your friend, if you can get to that certain point, from that point on, do not follow the story. Just do whatever you want, and you'll enjoy the game.
Yeah.
But the music, top tier. It's amazing. You know what I think? I think, unfortunately for Claire, Death Stranding 2 is fundamentally 1,000 times better looking
Yeah.
And when you stack them all up, I know we're only a little over halfway over the year, but I can't believe I'm going to say this. Death Stranding 2 overtook Clair Obscur.
Oh, for you, it's your game of the year. It's your new goatee.
It's the new goatee. It hit. When I was in my defense, I probably had a couple of drinks, but I was playing the other night. I hit a certain point. I paused the game, shut the console down, and went outside and had to smoke a cigarette. Like I was like, had to process everything that happened, and then walk around the block and had another cigarette. Like it hit me that hard, so close that it was almost uncomfortable. So
that's awesome.
When Kojima can do that, you take my goatee vote.
Yep. He definitely deserves. I mean, if it were like the Academy Awards where it's best director or something, not saying that Clair Obscur's team didn't have an amazing creative director, absolutely needs to be in the conversation, needs to be talked about. My biggest thing is when you compare a AA, like Matt, you said earlier, is comparing apples and oranges. You have a AA studio, first game out. You have Kojima, which is basically almost the Jesus Christ of game development. I mean, he's up there. Everybody knows his name. Even if you're a tangential gamer, you've at least heard, Metal Gear Solid, the guy. So he deserves all the praise that he gets. I know people make fun of him, and I do too. And Jeff Keighley basically blows him on stage for 20 minutes for a trailer. But Jeff Keighley is great too. I love Jeff Keighley, but come on. And then he comes out with this bullshit that's awesome. And you're like, well, I kind of get it. The guy can get it, he's very good. So for me, the only reason Clair Obscur stays in the top spot, and I am not done with Death Stranding 2 yet, story-wise, I have a feeling that it's going to make me sad in all the right places. I think Clair Obscur punched higher. And I do think that Death Stranding 2, while it refined everything about the first game and just made it so much smoother, so much more polished, so much more fun than the first game, I'll say it, I do still think it wasn't as big of a leap as a studio that didn't exist coming out from the get-go with Clair Obscur. That is the only reason that I give Clair the edge. It's the only reason. But I feel you 1,000%, man. Death Stranding 2 is phenomenal. It's kind of bullshit how good it is.
Right? I had that same conversation. I love it. You and I are in the same wavelength. I had that same conversation. What took me over the edge is Clair Obscur is a almost perfect game. And it is punching way above its weight class, right?
Yeah.
But if this Death Stranding 2 was closer to Death Stranding, I would agree with you. But Death Stranding 2 is pick your favorites, the Metal Gear Solid, the Snake Eater, the Guns of the Patriots. It is that level of Kojima. There's a difference than being okay. I can be in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady, and then there's being in the Super Bowl against Tom Brady when in his prime. And I'm sorry, this is Kojima like at his A game, and you win some, you lose some. That doesn't take away from Clair Obscur at all.
Right.
It is on my top 10 list. It is on my top 10 list, and I gotta say, unfortunately, after I still got a ways to go, but right now I got a feeling I could agree to do my fucking list because of Kojima.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like when Rebirth didn't win Game of the Year, I was not upset as I should be as a 7 fan, because Astrobot is the only other game that I could see deserving it. For real, last year, I thought I could see it for Astrobot, and when Astrobot won, I was thrilled. I just thought good for Team Asobi, good for this small team, good for what was it, $3 million? It wasn't even that expensive to make.
Oh yeah.
Now, was I bummed about Rebirth not getting more accolades that it did deserve? I really think
we all were.
Other than the mini games, I think Rebirth was amazing, but and even the mini games some of them were good. There were just too many and not enough of them were polished. But with Death Stranding, it's kind of the same. If Clair Obscur doesn't win, it better not lose to anything that isn't Death Stranding 2. I'm gonna fucking lose. I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna fucking lose it. If it loses to that, I'm cool with that. I would. If you're gonna lose to the king. Quite frankly, that's how I feel.
That's exactly it. I love it. That is exactly my mentality right now. Because the only other game that I could see potentially getting there would be Delta, but I don't think so because it's not truly Kojima. It's just his product,
And for the record, Snake Eater is actually my favorite Metal Gear Solid game. So,
you're excited.
I'm very excited. I don't know when the fuck I'm gonna play it though. I got 45 other things to play.
When?
Yeah.
That's why I'm going to the Game Awards this year. It's because the nominees, I think all the games that I've loved, I mean, I haven't played Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I think like the top 3 that are probably going to get Game of the Year, I wouldn't be upset about. Like you said, I was upset Final Fantasy VII Rebirth didn't get Game of the Year because it was my Game of the Year, right?
Yeah.
But that's a, you know, it's a personal thing. It's nostalgia, stuff like that. You know,
Sure.
Cloud, like Final Fantasy VII is in my top 3, right? But it lost to a game I also loved, which was Astrobot. And I even said, I think you were there in my living room or in my game room, theater room or whatever. And I was like, if Final Fantasy VII doesn't get it, I won't be mad, because if it loses to Astrobot, it's all good. So, and Astrobot won, and I was like, I'm not even mad. I'm a little mad.
I was disappointed for me, but happy for them so much.
Yeah,
I will say,
right.
just while we're on the topic of Death Stranding 2, and then I'll stop. But I told you, Bob, before this, I had a small bone to pick with you. So
here we go.
For people that know the game, you create strands with other players, and if you're on your friends list on PlayStation or whatever, it's sort of weighted towards them. You're going to find maybe a bridge they built, or
you got to create a strand contract.
Yeah, and you are the only strand contract that I have that still has 0-0. I haven't found a single one of your things, and I don't think you found a single one of mine. I have built, okay, very, very light spoilers. I have built like all the fucking roads and the monorail system, and I've added I've got other shit, let's just say. And I thought for sure, I was like, Bob needs to come and fucking like me so that I can like him back, and we have a strand contract. It's just 0-0. And so I actually, the only thing that I got of yours was you had a car in the online garage, and I jacked it and I ran across the world with it. And I think I got an old version, because you cannot be using this thing with no goddamn batteries. It ran out in the middle of nowhere, and I was like, Bob, goddamn it, fuck this shit. I almost severed your strand contract, because I was gonna give you shit about it. But I was like, well, in his defense, he hasn't seen anything of mine either. So what the fuck, game? So we need to try to rectify that, and I don't know how. I don't know what to do.
I'm gonna have to figure it out. I might have to sever a couple of strand contracts, maybe, or something, because I like you, Matt can tell you, he pestered me because I kept going and building roads so much that he was like, I was behind him in the store, and he's like, dude, you need to fucking go back to your home base. And I was like, I got roads to build. I've got 5 stars. I gotta get but minor, very, very, very tangentially light spoilers. So the first area, the very first river, when you're coming out of the desert, there should be a bridge there. It's built by me. I only know it's there by me because I got like 70,000 likes from it right now.
Wait, I built a bridge there too.
Damn it!
I've got thousands of likes, and I was like, this is great. This is a great bridge. So maybe that's part of it. Maybe we just didn't. I don't know.
How many likes do you have? I gotta ask. I know this sounds so cheesy and corny.
Yeah.
Somewhere around 700K, I think.
Oh my god!
It's something. It's stupid, and it's got to be all roads for me. And monorail, but there's one guy who I have 4 stars with out of 5, for just a random dude on the internet, and he messaged me. He found, because my name's the same, Admiral Merps. He messaged me and he just said, "Thanks for all the roads." I haven't found a single thing that this guy did, but he found all my roads, just driving my whole fucking northern Australia, which is hilarious. But anyway, it's again not.
Dude,
a spoiler.
this is the Strand genre.
Yeah,
that Kojima created. Like, it's a whole new genre.
It's brilliant.
It's amazing.
I just realized that I have usurped this State of PlayStation podcast, and we're just talking about Death Stranding 2. I'm so sorry, but like, for real, we need to talk a little bit about it. Yeah,
that's what we're playing.
Yeah, that's what I have been obsessed with, and I'm trying to finish it, and I can't because I have too many.
I think I'm going to binge it.
Yeah,
I think I'm going to binge it.
Good luck.
And so, how many hours are you, Bob? I'm 35 hours in. I'm chapter 6. How many hours?
You don't want to know, because I'm like 80 plus hours into this thing.
Okay, that's fine. There's 24 hours in a day, baby. I can get this knocked out in 2 days. Sleep is for the weak.
I do want to ask what. So Matt's not going to understand the context, and our listeners are not going to understand the context. So if you complain about spoilers, trust me, you don't understand the context. But I got to ask Caleb.
Yeah.
Did you increase the star rating for the Pizza Chef?
5 stars, baby. He's max.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
I was dying laughing for like 10 minutes, dude.
Me too. I was so happy. Matter of fact, right before I did that, because I had no idea. I'm not using a guide. This is Kojima. I am going to experience everything about this as uniquely and as organically as I can.
Absolutely.
I do that for 99% of my games anyway, but for this, I am actively avoiding as much information about it as possible. The only thing that I will do, I will creep on my friends and see trophies. How far are you in the chapters? Just because I want to know, are you on chapter 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever? I didn't even know how many chapters were in the game, but there were a few that another friend of mine that you guys don't know, he has and I don't. And he's 6 chapters behind me, 5 chapters behind me, maybe. And I thought, what the fuck? I don't know what they are because they're hidden. But it's driving me crazy because I'm thinking, did I miss something? But I'm sure he just did some other things out of order, and it's crazy for how thorough I've been. I literally, I think I finished all the roads. By the way, I sincerely think I'm done, which is nuts.
Wow.
I have me and the mines. I have spent so much of my crystals. It's just stupid. I was running around with maybe 200 at one point, and I was like, "This is not going to cut it." But anyway, no, I love everything about just experiencing this game as organically as possible. And right before with the Pizza Chef, right before that, my friend called me out of the blue, the one I don't talk to ever, and so I paused it and I answered the phone, and he asked me where I was, and I told him, and because he was a chapter ahead of me, and I didn't know that, but we were cryptically bouncing around the subject, and he said, "I'm going to need you to hang up and call me in about 25 minutes." And I was like, "Okay." So I hung up and I did the thing, and then I called him, and I was like, "What the fuck? That was so good!" And yeah, it's again Kojima nonsense peak. It's peak. It's Matt. I know that real life has been annoying for you or great for you, depending on certain things, but brother, you got to
getting there.
You got to 72-hour binge this motherfucker and catch up to being Bob.
I honestly think I may. I think I may. And I'll just stop for bathroom breaks because I don't want to die and I have to eat.
No, you got to be like
I don't
Sam.
have any other responsibilities.
Just go in your pants or on the side of your room.
Diaper. Yeah.
Unless I put a sign up that there's a no pee zone, then don't pee.
Right.
Yeah,
I can't be there.
He says he's going to do that, Caleb, but he's going to hit certain beats and he's going to be like, "Fuck, I need to take a break." It's going to happen, and when it does, you can call me anytime, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited to finally dive back in. No, I mean, dude, Death Stranding was my game of the year, the 2019, I believe.
Yeah.
And dude, it's been some pretty intense life stuff. Let's just say that, okay?
Yeah.
There's not a lot that can pull me from games, but this one has.
Justifiable.
I'm gonna get back to it. I will.
I'm excited for you. I really am. It's well, I said it earlier. It's bullshit how good the game is. It's just fucking bullshit. And
it's not fair.
It's not fair. Part of the things that I was thinking about, I think about this in the best media that I consume, whether it be games, movies, books, whatever it is, television series that are pinnacle. In games, it's a lot rarer for me to feel this way because I could never develop a game if my life depended on it. It's too hard. I have the utmost respect for people that can make even mediocre games because there's a lot of moving parts. This game, same with Clair Obscur earlier in the year, this game made me think, you're 40 years old and you haven't done a fucking useful thing in your whole life. And this man has hit like 17 peak games. It just keeps getting better and better. How is it fair? That's why I said he's an alien who knows everything about humanity, because I don't understand it. That's my puny brain has to put it into a category. And that category is you're dumb. He's not. He's a creative genius. And also, how have you spent 100 and some hours on this game and just still are delivering? Like, I went upstairs for dinner this evening before this podcast, the wife says, "How many deliveries do you have to make?" She doesn't even game, and she's like, "How many deliveries do you have to make?" And I was like, "I got 5 stops I got to make on my way." Like, she doesn't know shit about fuck with this, and I'm talking to her like she does. And then I realize halfway through, and I said, "You don't care about this." She says, "I really don't, but I'm happy for you." So I came downstairs
Awesome.
and I finished my deliveries, and then I went upstairs and we ate. It was a nice dinner and did dishes and so on. But that's what this guy can do. He can make delivering packages appealing. And nothing against FedEx, UPS, and DHL agents, or whatever. But you probably don't want to do that
Right.
in your free time. Yeah, that's work.
It's a mundane thing, yeah.
But in this, it's you said it on an earlier podcast, Bob, that it's Zen. You get in this Zen-like state when you're making these deliveries, and you're a logistical genius. You're thinking, "Oh, if I build this thing and I go over here, and then I got to stop on that route, but that's in the snow or whatever."
I gotta bring a ladder.
But then when you do it, you're like, "Yeah, I'm the fucking man. I'm a porter." Like it's great. So Death Stranding 2, I hate how good you are, and I love how good you are at the same time.
How many hours in are you?
I honestly probably between 90 and 100, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
Last I checked, I was 76, and I think that was 2 days ago.
Okay.
I got to play a few hours today and a few hours yesterday, so I
Okay.
I will say, gentlemen, I'm sorry, I was wrong. So I'm looking at my profile through the PS app. I'm 4 chapters behind you, Caleb. I'm at 76 hours. That's how neurotic I am about doing everything that I can.
Yep. Me too. I mean, I built so many things just because I wanted to.
Right.
I wanted to do the story, but I'm like, no, the further I go, I can't complete this area's friendship or whatever it might be.
I mean, if you build the road, then that makes delivering the other packages easier. But in order to do that, you got to go to the mine. So that means you got to get the Cairo crystals. See, you get it. Thank you.
The amount of times I had to go and fight those motherfuckers, the survivalists,
Yes.
just because I felt like it. I was like, man, you guys are in the way, and you've got some ceramics. I'm gonna need those. So just clear out the whole base with me and my pickup truck, or my cargo truck going through and being an asshole. It's great. It's
Hell
great.
yeah.
I love the people that have no idea about Death Stranding and don't care. They're probably like, why didn't these guys tell us to fast forward 30 minutes, these fucking jerks? I'm so sorry. This is what happens when they invite me on. I ruin it by talking forever and ever.
That's what it's all about. We play video games and we talk about video games, and this is like the core thing. We're talking about the video games, and our passion is coming through, and we're very passionate about these video games, and we care about the story, we care about the experience, and that's everything that we do on this podcast is conversational and talk about video games.
And
so
I guess technically
it's the core of what we are.
It is a PlayStation exclusive, so we are on the
sure is.
PlayStation a little bit.
It sure is, which could be a segue into our main topic.
All natural, baby.
Yeah. So the main topic is we're wrapping up the 4-part series, and we're ending with a bang, and the best of the 4 in our humble opinion. And we brought Caleb on here because he is the resident PlayStation. I'd say you're a PlayStation expert. You've been in the game for a while. You know a lot about it. And we wanted to bring you on because you're another passionate fan about PlayStation, and we're going to go into the state of PlayStation.
Sounds great.
Yeah, for PC, we kind of went into the state of pretty much everything because PC is all over the place. Nintendo, we went into the state of the IPs, so the actual games. For Xbox, we just kind of bitched for 40 minutes about what the fuck they were doing and and complained. And for this one, I think we're going to go by studio, because that's what PlayStation's DNA is all about, is their first party studios and what they've been working on and what they've done when they were founded and what we think they're going to do next, or what they're working on.
Can I ask you a question before we get into that, both of you?
Sure.
It should be an easy answer. I promise I won't belabor the subject. Do both of you remember the very first PlayStation game you ever played?
Yes.
Matt, do you remember?
So PlayStation game that was out for PlayStation multi-platform, or the first PlayStation game?
Ever PlayStation game you played? Just because I think it's interesting. Mine was actually third party, and I didn't know that at the time. But I'm genuinely curious, and then we can go into the nitty gritty
Yeah.
of developers and stuff. But I just think that's an interesting way to show what we know about PlayStation. Mine is with the PlayStation 1. I'm assuming that both of yours is as well.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what do you got, Matt? What was your very first PlayStation game?
Yeah, it was on the OG PlayStation 1. I didn't own it. My friend owned it, and it was the original Crash Bandicoot.
That's great. That's a great first game to play on there.
Yeah.
Awesome. What about you, Bob? What was yours? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it was awesome. Oh, no, I just, he invited me over, and, I had played on the SNES, the 64, and like this was Crash Bandicoot. It was groundbreaking. And I stayed the night at his house as many times as I could to play that game, to hang out with him, of course. But yeah, it was the original Crash Bandicoot. That's why it holds a special place in my heart. And Naughty Dog is one of the top 3, in my opinion, for first-party studios.
That's even better that it's a Naughty Dog original. So
yep.
What about you, Bob? What was your first PlayStation game?
So mine was not by a studio that's owned by Sony or PlayStation right now. A little JRPG. You might have heard of it there, Caleb, called Wild Arms.
Very nice. Also a great first an introduction to the console. Because that was the thing. I mean, at the time, Nintendo was king. Let's be honest. Nintendo was fucking king. Mm-hmm. You could make an argument for Sega if you were a Genesis person, but the Nintendo 64 was coming. But the Super Nintendo was at its peak. There were so many good games for that. And I remember my friend got a PlayStation, and I knew what it was, but I didn't know what it was. It was one of the, I heard of Sony, I knew the Walkman, I knew all those things, but I thought gaming, really? And I actually didn't get to Wild Arms until much later. I'm embarrassed to say I didn't discover them until probably like 2001. But my very first experience with the PlayStation, and even though it's third party, I will always associate it with my love for PlayStation, was the very first Resident Evil, the original Resident Evil. And being a movie person and a TV person, my friend was a few years older than me at the time. He still is, but at the time it made a bigger difference when we were that age. And he was like, when you come over to hang out, it's a little bit more of an adult game. Because I mean, let's be honest. Resident Evil now is kind of, the very first one it's cheeky. It's a little weird. You see this zombie turn around and it's this blocky thing with blood on its face. But at the time, my God, and I just thought, what is this FMV stuff? This is so cool. I had seen it in a Sega CD, but I never really implemented it in a game. And then I remember I actually got not scared, but I was a little too nervous to play. Because not the 3D controls and the tank controls either. It was just, I didn't know that it was a zombie right away. I didn't want to shoot it because I was 10 years old or whatever. And then he ended up putting in Warhawk, which I believe was a PlayStation first party.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. So my first two were Resident Evil and Warhawk, but Resident Evil was the very first. I fell in love with Resident Evil then. That's what got me to buy a PlayStation originally. I won a bet with my mother, and it was a whole thing, but I ended up getting a PlayStation with Resident Evil, Warhawk, and a memory card, and loved it. But I just thought that was kind of an exciting way to maybe kick off the whole the state of PlayStation.
Yeah, I love it.
Because of where we are now. I mean, for me, that was what, 30 years ago? It was 95, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. So yeah, 30 years ago, I've been a PlayStation lover ever since. I really never wavered that much. Even when they were pissing me off, I thought some of the best games come out on PlayStation. I won't lose hope.
You're right. PlayStation. So I know, like, Final Fantasy is seminal in the RPG, and Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior, depending on where you're at.
Sure.
But when I really, really cut my teeth into RPGs is on the PlayStation. Yeah. Because it's a dual package. Not only did I play Wild Arms for the first time, I played another RPG called Beyond the Beyond. Not very good, right?
Yeah, but I know it. Yeah.
And then went right into Final Fantasy VII. And then ended up playing a game that I was like, at that point, I was like, I'm confident in RPGs. I still know what I'm doing. Let me take a look at this, right? And then I played a little game called Legend of Legaia and got my ass handed to me right away. It's still an amazing game, and I go back and I'll play it, and I love it. But I got my ass handed to me so hard, I went, like, I didn't realize it at the time. I'm like, wait, when did FromSoft create an RPG? Because it is a very difficult but good, rewardingly good RPG.
Oh yeah, I played, like, one of the first games I played was Final Fantasy VII on PC, actually.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, it was I mean, it was on PlayStation, right? And I eventually got it on the PS1. But yeah, that was an awesome question and a good kickoff for this.
Awesome.
So
well, now I will let you continue,
yeah.
and I will zip my lips.
No. We appreciate it. We love the kickoff question, and yeah. So PlayStation has 18 first party game developers, and we're gonna go from least popular to most popular. So we're probably gonna blaze through, I don't know, the first 5 or 6, and then we're gonna get a little bit more in depth. So let's kick it off with Valkyrie Entertainment. That was founded 2002. And helped with God of War, Infamous, Dreams. They're kind of like a support studio, and they're ongoing just support for multiple first party titles. So they're helping with maybe a new God of War like spinoff that we've been hearing rumors about, like maybe following Atreus or something like that.
I'd be down. I'd be down
Yeah,
for that. I would.
me
I'm a
too.
basic
Me too.
bitch. I don't care.
Oh, dude, I'd love an Atreus game. So there are rumors, and we'll get to Sony Santa Monica. They're pretty high on the list, so they're a little closer to last. But they've said that the next game is going to be, it's not going to be identifiable to what they've usually developed. So I think they might be doing an Atreus game. I would love for that, maybe like a Miles Morales game. But we can get into that when we get into Sony Santa Monica. This is Valkyrie. So Valkyrie does support stuff, and they're still supporting Nix's software. They were founded in 1999. They were like recently picked up by Sony, by PlayStation. I think like 5 years ago or something.
I would have guessed
Nixies
since COVID, but I don't know. I think it was right after COVID when PlayStation was trying to
right
not to grow like Microsoft and just eat everybody, but to try to curate things. I believe that happened in after 2000. I think.
Yeah. So
Or
they
2020. I meant 2020.
Right. So they are definitely very popular for PC ports. They do most of the PC ports. And they've done PC ports of Marvel Spider-Man, Horizon, all the PC ports you see, they work on. Because, I mean, porting from console to PC is pretty complicated, and they have to deal with a lot. So they're the PC porting studio, and I'm sure they're working on other stuff. I'm sure we're going to see Forbidden West if we haven't already, Ragnarok if we haven't already, because PlayStation is brilliant, and they like to release like the title, and then the sequel comes out shortly after on their PlayStation exclusive console. So they're like, oh yeah, you can play the older one, but if you want to play the sequel, like they released God of War, and then they released God of War Ragnarok, I think 6 months later, on PS5 exclusively. So you get a taste of God of War. Here's the taste, but I mean, you want the sequel, you got to get a PlayStation 5. So I think or PS4, PS5. I think it's brilliant, and that's what Nixies does.
You touched on it in an earlier episode
Yeah.
that you really like that business model, and I agree. I think that's very smart of them to do, especially when they can stand behind their product, because it's one of those things that's just like you've got so much content that you can release, and you don't want to. I don't want to say give it away. That makes it sound bad. But when PlayStation says, it's almost like a drug dealer that's a nice drug dealer. It's like you get a taste, and then the rest of it you got to get in our system. But you also know as a PC gamer that, okay, maybe I can wait. Maybe I really liked that game, but I didn't love it. I didn't love the first one, so maybe I'll just wait for the second one. But man, if you loved God of War and Ragnarok's coming out, you're like, fuck me, I got to get a PS5. You know, that's something that I think is very smart. And I do think they do that better than just about everybody else. And I don't know if that's a bias. It might be biased because I very much like most of the PlayStation games that I play,
right?
All of them. But movie studios steal ideas all the time, and then you usually get lackluster movies. Do you remember years ago when, I mean, it happens in waves all the time, but years ago there was a movie about a magician, And then there was another movie about a magician. And there was another movie about a magician.
The Prestige.
Chris Nolan, The Prestige,
Yep.
in my opinion, was the best one.
Agreed.
But everybody else fucking stole it for a couple years. And that's just kind of how it works. PlayStation doesn't really play that game. They kind of say, we're just going to do our own thing and move on. And that's great.
Yep.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you talked about that it might've been a couple episodes ago when you talked about their business model. And that's just brilliant to do, because also the PC ports generally are pretty good. We've run into some that have been bad, but I think a lot of those are third party. I think the PlayStation, the studios that do their porting are just, you said it earlier, it's hard. It's very hard to do, and they do a good job.
Oh yeah. Yep. What are your thoughts, Bob?
No, so you mentioned that the PlayStation takes it and then moves on, kind of thing. I fundamentally kind of agree. And you know what, the reason, it's a great like contrast to what Nintendo's doing, because right now Nintendo is doing here's another Mario 2D, here's another Mario 3D, here's a and then they kind of sprinkle in these little pieces of loved stuff that doesn't get seen as much, i.e. Metroid Prime. You know, like when did Metroid Prime 3 come out?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, that was 15, 20 years
For the
ago.
Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But PlayStation, they seem to do this consistent. We're going to go on to the next idea. We're going to do the next thing. We're going to do the next thing. We're going to do the next thing. And it keeps you going. And occasionally you get let's go back to the well, but not too often. With one exception.
One exception. Yes, I'm so glad you're going to say it.
Yeah, with one exception, and that's The Last of Us Part 1 and 2 remastered, re-deluxe, re-downloaded edition, right?
I don't understand. I love The Last of Us, but they need to chill the fuck out. I love PlayStation, but chill the fuck out with that, please. I think we're probably going to get to it later in the studio talk, but I do think it's not entirely PlayStation developers' fault. They were tasked with some things by leadership that caused a lull, and so I want the audience to know that we're not all just drinking the Kool-Aid. They're not immune to doing stupid things. They do stupid things. And The Last of Us Part 76, that's just Part 2 74 times, is enough. We don't need that shit anymore.
Right.
But yeah, you're absolutely right, Bob, to bring that up, because what are they doing with that?
That is a rough point. And that's actually why, while you guys are you both mentioned an Atreus game would be cool, I am not in that camp. Like, let Atreus go. Let's move on. I think the end of, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I think the end of Ragnarok is a really good way to send the series off. Like, it gives a good ending and this is just my art is objective. Yeah, you heard me. It's subjective. No, I'm just kidding. It's subjective. And in my opinion, a good ending is one that lets you kind of go back and go, okay, is this true? Is this not? And you get a theorizing, and that's how you get the fan bases going. I know it's a cliche.
We'll get into it on Sony Santa Monica for sure.
Yeah, but think about the coin that's spinning in Inception.
It's the top.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way we go. That's what I think they should do with it, and just let it go to the side. But at the end of the day, I'm excited. I like what they do.
Yeah. Nixie's does the ports. They're still porting stuff, so we'll see more first party stuff come to PC, which is awesome. I think it's a great business model. Team LFG, a new studio that was recently founded in 2024. Basically, it was announced in 2025, but this is part of Bungie. So they spun off a lot of Bungie developers, and they are working on a competitive online multiplayer game involving frogs.
Is it actually frogs?
So they keep teasing frogs with their stuff, with their marketing, and their I think they're working. This isn't confirmed, but they're probably working on Project Gummy Bears. That's what it's called. So cartoon animated frogs. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck this game is. I don't care. I'm probably not going to play it. It's online competitive multiplayer. Not interested.
I will say I agree, but I think it's important. You've got to get that base.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
that's important for a lot of players. A lot of
Yeah,
players
Concord failed.
yeah, but a lot of people do tend to like the shooters and only the shooters. It was
Right.
I actually have to give this one to Microsoft back in the day. They figured that out early, and we joke between us because we're not these people. Call of Duty is actually a pretty solid game. Call of Duty didn't need 75 iterations, but it is a pretty solid game. The core crux of the game is good. It is a
Right.
even if you hate shooters, you can't argue it's successful for a reason. That's just what they do. And
Right.
Microsoft sort of got the quote unquote Call of Dude bros on board early, which is why a lot of people flocked to the Xbox back in the day, and why during the PlayStation or the Microsoft Activision acquisition, PlayStation was a little pissed. I actually kind of took Microsoft's side on this, even though it was a bummer that PlayStation was worried about losing Call of Duty because they were scared of losing a huge gamer base. And I didn't like the way Microsoft did it. Unlike PlayStation, they curate their own things, whereas Microsoft just says, I'm going to buy this now. My argument to PlayStation was, you've got so many fucking shooter IPs that you're sitting on. What are you worried about Call of Duty when you could make Resistance 4 that's amazing, and you know how to make these now. So I do think I agree with you. I call it Team Let's Fucking Go, even though it's
dude, that's exactly what I see.
But Team Let's Fucking Go is what I call it. I think that they actually have a possible path forward if they've got Apex Legends talent, if they've got some Destiny people. Bungie was the best of the best of the best when it came to shooting mechanics.
They were
the best.
I love Destiny. We love Destiny. We rated many times.
Had a great time in it, and the Eververse or whatever the hell it was called that ruined it for me, but it still doesn't take away the majesty of what the game was. And I think Team Let's Fucking Go. I think it's good for Sony. I'm not interested, so really. I'm rooting for them. Maybe they can make me interested. Maybe they can succeed where Concord didn't. I don't.
Frogs are cool.
Well, frogs are cool.
I think we're getting bait. The short answer is I think we're getting bait and switched here. I've got a theory. So we are coming from the ship titles like Destiny, Halo, League of Legends, Roblox, yada yada, Fortnite, yada yada yada. But then you look at and originally I was kind of like, what kind of game are they working on? And as I've spent the last couple of weeks or months now at this point since the announcement for LFG, I've been trying to come up with what kind of game is like envisioned in my head when they describe. All right, I want you to try to describe this game, gentlemen, and tell me if you come up with something. They draw inspiration from fighting games, platformers, MOBAs,
Smash Brothers,
life sims, and frog type games. What game
frog
does that
type games?
What game does? Yeah, exactly. My point is, I think they took the piss out of everybody because people are saying, "Hey, this is our game is a MOBA RPG Souls-like inspired roguelike that you'll really enjoy. Please look forward to it." I think they're taking the piss out of the industry, and they did it purposely. So when they drop what Gummy Bears looks like, they're like, "Hey, by the way, here's what we're actually working on."
I love that.
I think it's a marketing stunt. Oh, go ahead.
I feel like their name is actually Team Let's Frog Game. I'm sorry.
Seriously, their marketing team, like the frog with F, I think their marketing team purposely did this shit just to throw us off the trail.
Oh my God.
I hope you're right.
See.
But I
hope you're right too.
I wish it was just Titanfall 3. I know that's not possible, but Titanfall 2's story was so good.
You and me both, man. You and me both.
Oh, yeah. Let's see what's next. Dark Outlaw Games. That was just founded too, 2025. Led by Jason Blundell. He's a ex-Treyarch dev.
Oh, ex-Call of Duty Black Ops, right?
Yeah, Call of Duty Black Ops. Yeah. Yep. So they're working on something. Their current project is rumored to be a AAA multiplayer sci-fi shooter, and it's in early development. So who knows what that is? AAA multiplayer sci-fi shooter. The only thing I can think of is Siphon Filter, but that's Bend, and I think they might be working on that. But who knows what it could be?
It's called
again
Durstener. Like what?
Yeah, Durston.
What the hell
Yeah.
else could it be? Sci-fi.
I love the name Dark Outlaw Games. That's a pretty cool name. It's better than Team LFG. So
Let's Frog game.
yeah,
Let's fucking go.
lame frog game. We'll see. We'll see though. Haven Studios, they're not doing too great.
Yeah.
Founded in 2022, PlayStation bottom, and they're working on Fair Games, which we haven't heard a lot about, and I think it's our next Concord. I don't think it'll be that bad, but I mean, if they can capture what the Division did with, I think it's going to be an extraction shooter. And Fair Games is set. They say it's set in the future, and the wealth gap is very big. And I mean, I guess it's present
So
or
it's
future,
now.
depending.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly
now.
right. And the wealthy, you go and like you rob them, which like Robin Hood, so that's
Sure.
cool. But Fair Games, we saw a teaser trailer. I don't think it was even gameplay. Like what, fucking 2 years ago?
It sounds right. Do you have any idea?
Yeah.
Do either of you have any idea if this was a Ryan game? Jim Ryan?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
No, Jim Ryan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have the greatest track record with his live service requests, and
Right.
he did a lot good for PlayStation. I'm not going to completely shit on the guy, but boy, was that a misfire and a misstep, which is why we're in the lull we're in now. And I thought that Haven Studios was one that was tapped. I assumed that Fair Games was one of them.
Yeah, it was, and this is why. This going back to Team LFG. I think this is why they're taking. Look at Dark Horse, then you look at what we've got going on for Haven. Like, sci-fi online shooter. That can name 30
Right.
other fucking games, right?
Right.
And so you give me don't get like, I'm not trying to
I
be an
know.
asshole, but like, describe Borderlands 1 to somebody. You know, oh well, you're a character that runs around and shoots aliens and loots guns. That's very like you're so not as. Give me a trailer, and that's what Fair Games really hasn't giving us. They give outside of a teaser. So
Right.
till we see it, it doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah. This studio was founded by Jade Raymond, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't she just exit the studio?
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah. So that studio's in trouble. I
That's
don't
a
know what's
great
going on
sign.
there.
That's a great
Right. Yeah. The founder exited. So Fair Games, we haven't seen a lot of. Haven Studios not doing great. I'd say we need to see more. But I'm pretty sure they're gun shy with what happened to Concord.
I
of
agree.
course.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Not interested really, honestly.
Either.
But I hope like diversify that portfolio. Give us all the different games. Fire Sprite, founded in 2012, bought after for PlayStation. Fire Sprite was another one they recently picked up in the last 5 years or something like that. They made Horizon Call of the Mountain for VR, which VR I don't think is doing great. We haven't heard a lot with the PSVR 2 stuff. I didn't play it. I don't know if you guys played it or not.
I don't care enough about VR yet.
Yeah, neither do I. Yep.
And even then, maybe it's because I'm old. I just feel like we're not Matrix VR yet. When we get to that point, I'm fucking there. I'm gonna just be your pod forever. But for now, I don't know. It's still that cusp of gimmicky for me.
Right.
And I know that it's gotten better. It has absolutely gotten better. The frame tracking and the eye tracking and everything has gotten so much better. It's not giving as many people headaches and nausea and everything.
Foveated rendering.
Well, yes, that is correct.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
And so I have a lot of respect for it, for where it's gone, where we've grown with it. I just can't get behind it, especially for something. There have been a handful of games. I have a hard rule when I buy a new system that I have to have 5 games that I know I'm going to get on it to justify the cost of the system. I have gotten a little lax with that as I've gotten older, just because I know the Switch 2, for example, there aren't even 5 games on it that I'm interested in right now. I know there will be. I know there will be. And that's kind of a shitty excuse, but Nintendo's been there since I've been 3 years old. So I'm not going to bet against them until they give me a solid reason not to. But with VR, I've always run into 1 to 3. in the generation.
Right.
It's never been 5. And so I kind of, yes, I missed out on Beat Saber, which it looked awesome to me. I've always wanted to play that game, but I'm
I
not going
played
to
it.
buy the console just for Beat Saber. I'm not going to do that.
Right.
And I'm not going to play a shitty version of it on a VR that can't even do over 30 frames a second and not make my brain hurt. We're not quite there yet. And I don't want to look like the Predator when I'm fucking in my basement playing a VR system. I'm not going to do that. So
I have a hard rule, and if there's more than 8 cables required, I'm not getting your fucking system. Now, granted, the PSVR 2, they eliminated the cables. I got PSVR 1. I hooked it up. It was a chore to hook up and manage and store, and I took it back in 2 weeks. Love the concept. I don't know about you. I don't want Matrix. I don't want to stick anything in the back of my neck. I don't want to like plug in. I want the Oasis from Ready Player One. I want
sure,
basically goggles, not scuba diving gear, but like little goggles that you throw on, cordless, wireless. You throw on, you play some VR. That's when I will be an adopter of it. Right now, it's very early. Like I tried the Vision, the Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah.
Incredible concept, amazing, futuristic. I felt like fucking Minority Report, but my neck was sore within like 30 minutes, and that thing was just scuba diving gear, basically. So love the concept. Can't wait for the hardware to shrink and basically be sunglasses. So
I will say, I'll go as far as a bodysuit that has reactive stuff.
Oh yeah,
as long as it's not super heavy and uncomfortable.
Think of the porn.
Wetsuit gear that you could put on as though you are scuba diving, but the headpiece and the goggles that weigh even 7 pounds or whatever. I don't know what the Apple Vision Pro weighs, but it's just enough for me to say no. Because also the whole time I'm going to be thinking, am I going to break this $3,000 piece of equipment by just whipping my head the wrong direction? And that's not what I want out of an experience. No. I just don't. But for the people that like VR and the people that appreciate VR as a concept, that's where I am. For people that like it in practicality and stuff, I would love to hear your thoughts about it in the Discord. But I just can't. I'm not quite there yet. I'm not quite convinced. I think
everyone should experience it. It's incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, how about you, Bob?
Yeah. So VR is a very gimmicky enthusiast platform, and I'm not trying to dog on people who fundamentally really enjoy VR. Right?
Have you tried VR, by the way?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
And I don't get headaches. I don't get any of that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry. It's just not for me. I'm like, it's just not for me, man.
Hey, man, I don't own a PSVR 2, and I owned a PSVR 1 for 2 weeks. It's awesome when you're in there, but it's a chore. And there were like their cords hanging down. And as soon as it's all shrunk and simplified, I'm there.
Yeah.
The concept is awesome. When I was playing Farpoint, and on the screen outside of VR, when you're looking at it, the big boss is like, I don't know, 3 feet or 2 feet on my panel. I have a big panel. But when you're in VR, it seems like it's 10 stories high. Like it's there. It immerses you. I remember the first time I played VR at PSX 2016 or 2015. I forget. But I was playing like this heist game, and I went to lean on a car door that wasn't there. And the guy caught me, and he's like, "It happens all the time, man." And I'm like, it tricked my brain that I was in a car driving, shooting the other car. It's awesome, but the hardware isn't there yet. The hardware just sucks.
Sure. No, I can't do it, man. Like I think of I think of that Futurama episode where they do the brand new iPhone and they literally jab a fucking chip into your eyeball and everybody's like, "Oh, this is the greatest thing ever." No, that's not for me.
Never.
I am a there's a difference between it. People will know this joke, and I'm sorry, but if you've heard it, but there's a difference between a tech enthusiast and somebody who works in the truly works in like the tech industry. A tech enthusiast has everything wired in their house wirelessly through Alexa and all this other stuff. Somebody who works in the tech industry. My printer doesn't connect to the internet. And if it makes a noise I've got a 9mm in the drawer ready to pop it.
Yep. I do a little bit of home automation, but not. I keep it simple. So
yeah, I can't do the home automation stuff without just thinking,
yeah,
hey, I'm gonna drive, or somebody's gonna drive by my house and just, well, now I can unlock all your doors and change your light purple. Like
somebody's got to get into my bank account from my fridge.
Yeah, fuck that.
Somebody's gonna turn your front porch light red and really make you pay the price.
Right. Oh, yeah. So Fire Sprite. They are working on VR related stuff. We don't know what it is. It is a VR related unannounced project. We'll see. I'm excited for what VR has in the future 10 years from now. Right now, the concept needs some work.
I'm excited for the next studio. That's what I'm excited for.
Blue Point.
Yes.
Yeah. Man. So what have they been working on the last fucking 3 years? Sony or PlayStation really put them on a project that was very true to what they do. And I'm super excited for it. No, they were working on a fucking God of War multiplayer game. And this is Blue Point, one of their best remake studios. We got Demon's Souls. We got Shadow of the Colossus. And then one Halloween, they decided to just tweet out this little fucking tweet.
Man.
I'd say, and it was teasing the greats. It was teasing Legend of Dragoon, Metal Gear Solid. What else were they teasing? They were teasing all kinds of stuff that they were supposedly remaking.
For me, that was 99% Legend of Dragoon. When I read that, without even knowing what they were talking about.
They capitalized the D in Dart.
Well, Dart, the main fucking character's name is Dart. Why would they use the word Dart in this prophetic poem and talking about the Black Rose and it just, oh man, talk about being so hyped. Personally, I love the Legend of Dragoon. Not quite as much as Alex, but I fucking love the Legend of Dragoon, and I'm real close behind. That game is awesome for me. And when Blue Point, when I found out that was Blue Point, I was like, I will wait till I'm 75 years old to play this game, Blue Point. Just take your time with it. And then we hear about this God of War multiplayer that nobody fucking asked for. I love Kratos. I love all of the gods of Olympus, the Norse god. I love all that shit. I don't fucking need a live action multiplayer God of War game. I don't. And
to put Blue Point on it, one of the best remake studios, first party. Doesn't make sense. I was so pissed when I heard that.
There's still hope though. There's still hope.
There is, but they're in early development now.
Yeah.
So unless they might have been working on 2, I don't know. Give us a Resistance trilogy.
Oh, yes, please.
Come on.
Underrated.
They could have ported in the time they were fucking around with this God of War game. They could have ported all of the 12 games on the PS3 that everybody wants anyways.
Right? It's an infamous trilogy, right?
Yes.
Shit. Ugh. Yeah. I'm very excited for Blue Point. Blue Point, I mean, dude, Demon's Souls and Shadow of the Colossus were amazing. They picked these guys up in the PS4 era, and I'm excited for what they're working on next.
They've proved themselves time and again.
Oh, absolutely. They're an incredible studio. And if they work on a new IP, awesome. I'm in.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, I think they've earned it and then some with their goodwill. And so maybe that was the idea with the God of War live action, the God of War live game.
Right.
Maybe they were, I can't imagine that studio being like, yeah, we want to do this. Maybe they were. I don't know them personally, but it just seems not their cup of tea.
Right.
So I feel like they were sort of forced to do that. And I'm glad. I don't like when games get canceled. I don't. I want everybody, if a creative team believes in it, I want it to get its time to shine. However, part of me felt like I heard the sigh of relief when this game got. I feel like I just was attuned to Blue Point Studios. Okay, we can finally do something we want to do. Maybe I'm just completely fucking wrong about that. I hope that I'm not, but please
I'd say you're pretty accurate.
Give me something that you want to make, not something that somebody told you want to make. I feel that way about a lot of things.
Yeah, big old eye roll probably when they're like, "Hey, guess what? The next project you're working on is a God of War multiplayer online MOBA or whatever the fuck it was." Big old eye rolls from everyone, and they're like, "Really?"
If I worked there, I would have secretly called it "God of Damn It" behind the back of the executives. Oh, good, we get to work on "God of Damn It" now. Cool,
Oh, that's
fantastic.
awesome. Well, I'm glad most people are still there. I'm sure a few have left, but most of the studio is still there, and we're gonna get maybe a banger remake that we all want or a new IP. Either way, I'm in. This next studio has been on the map in the recent years, and they first made a tiny little game on the PS5, built in, baked into the system. Take note, Nintendo.
Can we have Bob? Can we have Bob sing the name of the game?
Oh yeah.
You really want me? The Astrobot.
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 My name is Astrobot.
God, I wish we had video.
So I'm fairly certain you just lost at least 10 listeners, but you probably gained 30 more. So
Yes.
it's a
That's
net,
a win.
it's a net gain.
Yes, they made Astro's Playroom, which was just a huge surprise, an ode to PlayStation, just Easter eggs galore, incredible, showed off the console's technological prowess, and man, it was just a 5-hour amazing experience. And then what do we get last year?
Game of
Holy
the
shit,
year.
they made a whole game of the year. Picked this bad boy up when we didn't even know the title of it on the draft. And we got a banger platformer and it was called Astrobot. And we're still playing it, right? They still keep
Great.
supporting it.
For free.
We talked about on the last
They
episode.
keep giving us free shit, and it's
that's
awesome. It's so fun.
Yeah. And the last two bots that were released, we're not going to spoil it. Unlike people that spoiled it like 1 fucking second after they were released, and I got it spoiled for me, and it was the bots that I was waiting on. We got the bots. We got pretty much everyone's there now, except except a few which are notable, but I guess licensing and stuff. But yeah, Astrobot, third-person platformer. Little guy is pretty much the new mascot of PlayStation. Team Asobi, man, they picked him up and they've been doing wonders. I'm sure they're working on Astrobot too. I'm sure.
I would hope
and
so.
They turned that around pretty quickly.
They
or did. another IP, but dude, it's going to be Astrobot. We're getting Astrobot.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with it. Like, hear me out, gentlemen. Instead of the little like hub and spoke world for Astrobot, what if it was like a la 64, Mario 64? But what if it was more true open world, just running around as Astrobot, throwing it out there, enjoy it.
I like level based.
I know. I'm just thinking about it.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't disagree with you. How about that, right?
Yeah.
But it would be really cool to see a biome of like Uncharted, The Lost Legacy, next to Horizon, next to something else. Like they're actual, instead of being true biomes that are almost seamless. I think it'd be kind of cool. I think it's worth a chance.
The only thing because they touched on the entire history of PlayStation, which was so cool. Sorry, guys, that's a spoiler for Astrobot the platform, I guess. But they really did justice. And the only way I can see, I feel like Team Asobi's like, well, we have to wait until there's 4 more consoles because we don't know what else to do.
Right.
The other thought, I honestly, I think that they should be given a chance to let the creative team do what they want. If they want to do more Astro, if they want to do another platformer, whatever, that's cool. But I feel like they've earned the right to try whatever else they want to do. If they said, hey, kind of like Sabotage with The Messenger and then To Sea of Stars, 2 very different genres, but the team said, we feel passionate about this, we want to do this. I think that they've earned the goodwill, and I really, really, what they've done with both Astro's Playroom and Astrobot have given me, they have, no matter what they release next, I'm there. Okay, unless it's a live service game. Fuck that. But if it's not a live service game, I will give them a chance, even if I think it looks like dog water. I am excited about it because they just knocked it out of the park twice.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Astrobot RPG, where like each individual bot
Oh,
Yes.
the bots, and they can change classes, a la Final Fantasy Tactics.
Like,
yes.
give me all that, please. Give me
Yes.
that.
Yeah, they also made Astrobot Rescue Mission for VR. I hope that comes to actual console so I can play it because I never played it in VR. But I think it has a lot of mechanics that are specific to VR. But that was kind of their breakout game, and then they put them on the little Astro's Playroom, and then we got I think a little Astro thing with the PlayStation 4 camera.
Yeah,
There was like a little Astro game. So
that's right. I forgot about that.
yeah. I played it a little bit.
Yeah, and like they came out of the
VR Playroom,
camera,
Astro's
and
VR Playroom. Yep.
you like sucked them up with a controller. I think it was
Yeah.
kind of goofy, but yeah.
They're always a studio that can showcase like the new technology. Because I mean, Astrobot takes advantage of the DualSense more than any other game I've ever played, for sure.
Play more Death
So-
Stranding too.
I intend
Drive
to.
around and let your controller die very quickly.
Right.
All the rumbles.
Oh yeah, right. Let's see. Next one, Bend Studio. They gave us classes like Siphon Filter, and of course, recently Days Gone. I mean, recently I say, but it was what 2018. I don't know. It was on the PS4. A new IP. PS4 had so many new IPs. Loved it. Loved
They
it.
Yeah.
did. They swung. Yeah.
Oh yeah, PS4. I mean, dude, so many new ones. But Bend Studio, they are working on a new open world sci-fi IP, and it's not Days Gone 2. So I love Days Gone. I would have loved the Days Gone 2, but I'll love a new IP from them. They showed me that I should care. And I mean, Siphon Filter was one of the classics.
Sure.
Talk about games that need remade, right? Yeah, I love Days Gone. I'm excited to see what they're working on. Might see it later this year, maybe next year. Who knows? But they updated their logo for a more like sci-fi look. So we'll see. We'll see what they're working on.
You know,
Did you guys like Days Gone?
it's kind of a bummer because I wish not.
Yeah.
I'll answer your Days Gone thing in a second, but when
Sure.
it's a new open world IP, my first thought was if it weren't a new IP, I would love an open world Siphon Filter like the Batman Arkham series games.
Ooh,
That would be
ooh.
so fucking cool.
Now you're talking.
And I feel like it because it's a new IP. That's not it. Man, if they
Right.
did that with the Siphon Filter intellectual property, I would be a very happy man. But to answer your question, I appreciated Days Gone. I liked it. It wasn't my favorite. I felt
Right.
in my mind it was like a solid 84, which is still very good. Just in my head,
Oh yeah.
my biggest problem with it, I thought it was a little too long in the tooth.
Mhm.
I feel like they could have edited out some of the fat in the mid game, but otherwise, what's his name? Sam Witwer, the guy who's the main character. He is
Deacon St. John.
Thank you.
yeah, the voice actor and the
Oh,
actor
oh,
Sam
yeah, I was
Witwer.
like, okay, yeah,
His
yeah.
real name is Sam Witwer. He
Yes.
played Crashdown in the Battlestar Galactica remake reboot in 2004. He was in
Holy shit, that's right.
yeah, he
Sorry,
was in,
I love looking behind. I can
oh
see
yeah,
it.
you did. Yeah, but he was Crashdown. So I knew him from that before I knew him from anything else. And then the Star Wars
Force Awakens, or no, not Force. Force Unleashed.
Yeah, he played the lead in the Force Unleashed games.
Yep.
And
he's a huge Star Wars fan, by the way.
Loves Star Wars, and he voices Darth Maul in the Clone Wars animated series and Rebels, and basically he's Maul if he's animated. Hell, he might even be Maul now in spoilers for the Solo movie. The 3 seconds that he shows up on a
post credits,
it might be him. I actually don't know if it is, but he is very, very good at what he does. And so Deacon St. John, I liked as a character very much. I liked his story. I just thought they kind of treaded water a little too long, and they got me excited about some of the sci-fi elements or the whatever was going on in the game. And then did a heel turn somewhere else and basically told me, well, to find out more, you're going to have to play the sequel that we're never going to fucking make because we took too long. And that's my problem. That's really, if I'm being super critical about it, I liked Days Gone. I didn't love it. I loved Uncharted 2. I loved Uncharted 4. I thought that they had their own unique stories while keeping the world the same. I know it's a different studio, but as far as games that tell a story that way, I just felt like Days Gone it's like the creative director had this great idea for a start, this great idea for the end, and then in the middle he thought, what can we do to make this game longer? And I don't think that's what you need to do. You need to tell the story you want to tell. The gameplay will speak for itself. It was fun to play. I just
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
like driving. Death Stranding, I'll drive for 6 hours and not give a fuck. But in Days Gone, getting on the motorcycle and driving halfway across the country, and not really the country, but you know what I'm saying. And
Mhm.
I just thought, I need more than this. It was missing something for me.
The Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. How about you, Bob? What did you feel about Days Gone? Did you ever
See,
play it?
Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So Days Gone was the game that I specifically remember it getting trashed in the review segments, and I gave it like a month or two because I had something else going on. It came out in 2019, so I'd have to go
Yeah.
back and look at that game list, but it's another packed year.
Might have been Death
They
Stranding.
Yeah.
released a broken copy to reviewers,
Yes.
which was dumb.
That's exactly it. But when I did jump into it, because none of my other friends that I knew had at the time were playing Days Gone, I legitimately enjoyed it. Did I think it was a 10 out of 10 Death Stranding 2 game? No. But I found there was a certain level of enjoyment with just riding charm. Yes, that's a good way to put it, Matt. With charm, with just riding and customizing your motorcycle and going through the Pacific Northwest and just kind of going through. And then when you hit those spots where there's little, I think you put it best, Caleb. There's little pieces and nuggets of this game that are brilliant, and there's some pieces together like it doesn't come together very well because like what they did with the zombie camps and the hordes, if you will, I think it's amazing. I still think about the lumberyard.
Yeah. Oh, that was cool. It was awesome.
Yeah,
sequel.
that's
Oh, yeah.
amazing, and the way they work that, I like Deacon St. John as a character. I'm so glad to realize now. I don't know why I didn't hear it. Who the voice actor is? Because I love Battlestar Galactica reimagined. And Crashdown was an amazing character. So it's really weird and I'm kind of sad. You put it best. I'm sad about Days Gone because it teased more lore that we're never gonna get, which kind of sucks because if you look at Siphon Filter 1, 2, and 3, and you look like the gameplay, I played them on the PlayStation Classics. I'm sorry, folks. I'm gonna say it. Siphon Filter sucks in the gameplay department in Modern Standard. But the story is
Needs
good.
some work.
It
Yeah.
needs some work, but get bent on that, right?
Right?
But the story is good. So I'm kind of sad that there's not more to it because I kind of wish there was.
I was
Yeah.
all in on the science fiction elements, the zombie horde. What was going on in the world? What
They're
caused
called
this?
they're called freakers. They're called freakers. They're not zombies.
This is your nickname in college, Freaker. but yeah, I was genuinely interested in how the world got to this state. And then we didn't get enough of that. And it really felt like they had the sequelitis that they were baked in. Well, we're going to make this 7 games and we're never going to tell you. No, tell me, and then keep telling me more after that. That's what makes a good show. That's what makes a good movie. That's what makes some of the best games that I've ever played in my life. Is that you're not afraid to tell me what's going on or show me what's going on and let me experience it. And as a gamer that's played for over 30 years, I need that. And that, but again, I still gave it like an 84 myself. I did enjoy it. I don't
High
sound
80s
like I'm
for me.
shitting on it. I just comparatively at the time, it was fine. It was a little above fine, let's say. For me.
Yeah, it could have been a Death Stranding 1, and if we truly gotten a sequel, I think we could have gotten a Death Stranding 2 equivalent where they refined everything, and it would have been an amazing game. But sad.
Matt, do you remember the joke we made when I don't remember if this happened to you or if I just told you it happened to a buddy of mine, where he lost his save file because of they had patched it in Days Gone. They had patched it, and he's like, I've been playing for like 48 hours, and I said that's why it's called Days Gone. Those days you spent on it are gone.
Oh no, that's so bad.
So mean, but yeah, that's the
truth. No, I don't remember that.
Maybe it wasn't you then. It was somebody else.
Maybe. That's funny though. It's terrible, but funny. The creative director was doing an interview and the guy was like, okay, so there's zombies in this game. And he's like, they're freakers.
I forgot.
They're not zombies. This isn't a zombie game.
That's right.
They're freakers.
But I did forget that. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah. That's funny though. and also not funny because losing saves is bad.
It sucks. Why would a patch
Oh.
break that?
Right. But who knows what this new game is going to be? We'll probably find out this year or next. So we'll see. Media Molecule, Little Big Planet, Dreams, founded 2006. This has been a developer that's been in PlayStation's wheelhouse for a while. They're doing another project, current unannounced experimental creative project. So I never played Dreams. I played Little Big Planet a little bit. I'm not too into I want to make the game. I'm rather like, hey, you guys make the game and I'll play it.
Yeah.
I'm not even into a choice-based game. Like, I don't even want to make the choices. Like, hey, you guys make the game and I'm going to play it. You guys create the characters and I'm going to play them. I don't want to create my character. I don't want to like story tell my own game. That's just me. So I'm not big into what Media Molecule does. Little Big Planet was fun though. All three
a lot
of
of
them.
respect for them. They're great
Yeah, of course. Very
I thought
creative.
Little
for
Big
sure.
Planet was really good, but I'm exactly like you in that vein where I want to just play the game. I don't want to. If I wanted to create games, I would have tried to become a developer and make a big ass game myself.
Right.
And
Exactly.
no disrespect for people that love that. I think that it's awesome for people to have those tools who might want to develop games and not go to school for millions of dollars and then not make it. I think it's awesome that we have the games like the Minecrafts of the world or Little Big Planets and such. Even Roblox, we could talk about Roblox forever, but it does touch on that, making games. But I feel you on that. I wish Media Molecule could just kind of do a game that they made from start to finish that wasn't an end.
Didn't they make Tearaway too?
I think they did, and I very much liked Tearaway.
I love Tearaway.
Tearaway was awesome. It was very good.
Yeah. What are your thoughts, Bob?
Bobo. Bobo. That's an old nickname. I haven't heard that one in 20 years. No, you're right. So that's what I hate about, or that's what I find disappointing, should I say, about Dreams, because you hit the nail on the head with like Roblox, and then you look at like Minecraft. There's no story. It's just a sandbox, and then people develop their own stories and their own narratives and everything else. Not to mention like Roblox, but then you think about like my kids growing up watching. I know some of them are now bad people and they've been ousted, but you look at like Dan TDM from the Minecraft world. You look at Stampy Cat. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you don't.
Nope.
If you know what I'm talking about, you have kids. If not, you're like, who the fuck are them? Those are people that literally built their careers and have more money than we will ever, just from playing Minecraft and telling a story inside of the Minecraft sandbox world.
Dude, all I know is my YouTube algorithm is off and my watch history is off because I don't like the algorithm feeding stuff to me. And so if I go into the gaming category, it just shows me what's the most popular. It is all Minecraft, Roblox, Fortnite. And I'm just like, we're doomed.
It sucks. It's very frustrating. My TV does the same thing, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this.
Fuck that algorithm.
And then Monster Hunter Wilds will show up, and I'm like, now we're talking. Now we're
exactly.
So your guys' stuff is broken. Mine's fixed. Or it's not broken, should I say? Not fixed.
Yeah.
That's wrong. That implies it was originally broken. It's all RPG, classic RPG.
Well, that's because your algorithm.
Facts. Yeah.
It knows you. We have our algorithm off and our watch history off.
Fuck that.
So
I do not even want to see close to Stampy Cat or whatever PewDiePie ugly whatever his name is. I don't need to even see it on my front page. Why would I? They can have that history because I'm not exactly watching adult films on YouTube. All right.
Maybe you should.
No, neither am I. I just don't like the algorithm feeding shit to me. It's too convenient, and I'll go down rabbit holes. It'll be like, oh, My Strange Addiction. What's this?
All right, that's fair. But I learn a lot of my video game facts and like the weird, obscure things. And I find new channels. Like there's channels that'll tell the entire unabridged lore of a video game and stuff like that. And they'll pull the books.
Yeah.
I love it. I'll feed the algorithm all day long. But that's mostly because I play the algorithm when I'm doing dishes.
Yeah. My YouTube's like, oh, you like street fights? Here's like thousands of street fight videos. Oh, you like Karen videos? Here's a bunch of, oh my God. I had to turn that shit off. It was getting to be a problem. It would just be like, you might like. Yeah.
Hey kids, do you like watching kids falling off bikes?
Right? You might like this fail video. You're goddamn right I do, YouTube. It's very concerning how well you know me.
How do
Now
we
I'm going to
get?
watch this for 4 hours.
Oh, I know how we got here. Sorry, I'm thinking
Right.
Media Molecule. my last thought. So, Little Big Planet. Am I the only one that sees the Strand genre bleeding in a little bit because you think like
Oh yeah.
people have their own stuff and it's influencing your world and stuff
I can see that.
in your levels? Look at Caleb. He's
Yeah.
processing. Yeah.
Well, now that's a crossover I didn't know I wanted. I want
That needs to
Kojima
happen.
to make Little Big Planet 4 that's just Little Big Chiral Network. Or something.
Right.
You know, knowing Kojima, you could probably have Sackboy like hanging along Sam Porter Bridges on his backpack.
Oh, I bet we'll see that.
You're
And
not
speaking
on
of
chapter
Sackboy.
14 yet. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my god.
Oh
Man. Sackboy, a big adventure. Shout out to that. We got that from XDev and Sumo Digital. They took Sackboy from Media Molecule. That was our mascot for a while, but now it's Astrobot.
Sure.
So, yeah, Media Molecule, very creative studio. If you're a creative individual that likes creating things, those games are for you for sure.
Definitely.
Love Tearaway. This next one I'm a huge fan of.
Oh, me too.
And yeah, they recently kind of started going into a different direction with their IPs with Returnal. Of course, I'm talking about Housemarque. I've always been a fan of Housemarque since Resogun, Matterfall, Nex Machina. Dude, incredible arcade, bullet hell shooters. And then they recently did the third person shooter that was a bullet hell, very story driven, very narrative driven. And that's Returnal. So there, I think, oh my God, it's so good. It was a PS5 launch window title. And I was a huge fan. So they are working on Saros. And this is kind of in the same vein as Returnal, third person, I'd say bullet hell, looks like narrative driven, and I'm all in. Give it to me. Yeah. We'll probably see this at the end of the year. They said we're going to see more at the end of the year. Maybe Gamescom, Tokyo Game Show, Game Awards. Who knows? But I want to know more about this. I'm 100% sold. As long as it's not a multiplayer online. But I don't think it will be. So I love the shit out of Returnal, and I would love to see more of that gameplay and that style and that very story-driven experience from this incredible studio that used to make very arcade-heavy games. They made, what else did they make? Did they make Dead Nation? No, that was XDev.
No, that was them.
Yeah, that was them.
It was?
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
No, it was Alien Nation and Dead Nation. I think that was XDev. They made Nex Machina, Resogun, Matterfall, all games I love. Super fucking hard platinums. If you have the platinum on any of those games, you're fucking god.
I remember you challenged me back. Yeah. You said, you need to get a platinum in Matterfall and Devil May Cry 5.
Yeah, you got Devil May Cry.
I'm not going to lie. I forgot about Matterfall. I never did go back, and I guess I should try to do that.
Get it in Nex Machina, too.
Did they get absorbed by Housemarque? Because I'm telling you right now, everything I'm finding and everything I remember, Housemarque is behind Dead Nation and Alien Nation.
Well, fuck me, because those are both really fun.
Yeah, they're amazing. Maybe XDev helped them, but they were like co-developed or something. Maybe they're in their style.
Yeah, so maybe they were a support studio.
Yeah,
well, that's possible. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. That's their style of games. So yeah, Housemarque, dude. Saros is basically a spiritual successor to Returnal. It looks like we haven't seen any gameplay.
Amazing. I think that's what we're going to get at the end of the year. I think we're going to get. My guess would be the Game Awards. I think we're going to get a gameplay trailer. Maybe not a release window. I don't know.
Maybe a window.
They're really good developers, so they're probably further along than we think. But I wouldn't be disappointed. I just feel like we're going to get an actual trailer. And actually, we'll probably get a trailer that says information coming June of 2026 or 7 or whatever that would be. That would be my guess. I'm hopeful, though. That game looks like Returnal meets Interstellar meets My Happy Place. I think it looks awesome.
Raul Coley. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but very well-known actor. He's in it, and I think it looks really good. I'm excited for it.
It
I'm
really
all in.
does.
Let's see. These next two, I mean, Housemarque's in my top 5, I'd say. These next two, I don't really play a lot of their games. San Diego Studio, MLB The Show.
It depends on what you like.
Exactly, right? It's just not for me. It's not that they're bad studios. MLB The Show is a hit every year. But yeah, San Diego Studio, founded 2001, MLB The Show. That's what they make, and they're multi-platform now. Recently did that. So they're working on MLB The Show 26 and MLB 27, 28. That's what they're on.
The Mark of Cree was the first thing I ever noticed them from, or Cry, however you pronounce it. But I remember playing that back in the day and being happy enough. It was fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fun game, and that's the only reason that I know who they are, other than MLB The Show. I couldn't tell you another game that they made, though. I couldn't. I have no idea.
Yeah, hey, if you like baseball,
it's 45 baseball games, and they're all very good if you like baseball games.
Oh yeah. Technically impressive, and yeah, I know a lot of our listeners, maybe a few of our listeners, or I don't know how many listeners like MLB The Show, but it's a very popular game, and if you like baseball, you like MLB The Show. If you like racing, you'll like the next one. Polyphony Digital.
Oh yeah.
Of course, they're famous for the Gran Turismo series, and I mean, they just keep working on Gran Turismo. The last game was Gran Turismo 7, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
GT7.
Yeah. GT7. So talk about technically impressive. Some of the gameplay we've seen, it looks like real life, honestly. And yeah, I don't play them. I'm not big into sim racers. I like arcade racers. A big fan of Need for Speed. Big fan of, remember Blur?
I loved Blur. Blur was an underappreciated game. That game was so awesome. And
Burnout.
Fucking played it. But you
I played it.
Apparently.
I love Blur.
Blur was good.
It was like Need for Speed meets Mario Kart.
You guys are talking about the wrong racing game. It's all... Excuse me. Sorry about that. Frog in my throat.
LFG
Frog. Yes.
Oh, Road Rash. It's all about Road Rash.
Road Rash was good.
Cruising USA.
Yeah. Road Rash, as I like to call it, Mario Kart for adults.
Nice.
I do. Yeah. I actually have to say, I think the best arcade racer ever is Forza Horizon. I know Forza. It was an Xbox exclusive for the longest time, and Forza Horizon 5 just recently came to PlayStation. For those of you that like arcade racers, give it a shot. I
thought it was more sim.
It's both.
It's hybrid.
So you can drive around the open world area, let's say, and just kind of fuck around if you want. It's great.
Yeah.
Or you can go into the real races, but there's things that you can do, such as jump this big long thing. You have to get 2,000 meters or whatever. They're all different jumps and all different things that you can do. It's a sandbox that you drive around in, and you can change all your cars for things that you buy or that you earn.
Very cool.
It's really good. I think I have around 2,000 gamer score in my Forza Horizon 5, which is basically a platinum plus the DLC. I did everything in the base game, and for that's fucking stupid. It's actually silly. It really is.
That's awesome.
But they were a lot of fun, and they're a lot of fun. I know it sounds weird to say. When we would host Thanksgiving with my family and my wife's family and extended family, nobody cared about games at all, except maybe my brother-in-law, me, our generation. But I even got my dad to give it a shot, who, remember what I said asked about Banjo-Kazooie to you guys. He said, "Can I drive around in a Ford Pinto?" I popped in a Ford Pinto, and sure enough, you can. It's a piece of shit. It goes really slow, but it didn't matter because he just drove around. I think 5 is in Mexico. Pretty sure it's in Mexico. I played since 3. Nice. I played 3, 4, and 5. So yeah. 4 was in the UK, and then 5 was Mexico. But he was driving around a Ford Pinto, and he was like, "Okay, all right, this is kind of I kind of get it." But
it saw the light.
Yeah, it was kind of cool just to be able to share that small experience with my dad, because he's a big car lover, and I love the game. So I actually do recommend people try out Forza Horizon 5. It is years old now, but it's new on the PlayStation. And I can't speak to how it runs on the PS5, but it ran well on the Xbox. So I bet it runs better on the PS5, honestly.
And that's one of the main 3 Xbox exclusives that we've gotten. We've gotten 2 of the 3. We just need that meat.
That big
We
old
just need that meat.
that
We
master.
got the veggies and the potatoes. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah.
But Polyphony, Forza and GT Gran Turismo are usually like neck and neck.
Mhm.
So Polyphony makes Gran Turismo, and they're working on the next Gran Turismo.
Absolutely,
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So I lied. Housemarque is my 6th favorite studio because these next 5 are my top 5.
Yeah, they're all great.
Let's see. Oh yeah, exactly. Starting with, of course, it's Horizon is in my top 5 games of all time. Guerrilla Games, very famous for, of course, Killzone. But they recently with the PS4, I wouldn't say recently, with the PS4, they created a new IP, Horizon Zero Dawn. And man, the first time I saw this trailer, I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm in. I'm sold. Give it to me. Horizon Zero Dawn was incredible. Horizon Forbidden West was even more incredible, but Horizon still kind of holds a place in my heart because of how awesome it was as a new IP and just the story in the way that story was like way unexpected. Like, oh shit, okay. But yeah, Guerrilla Games, they're working on Horizon 3. Let's be honest.
Actually, they're working on this game called Light of Motirum. I don't know if you've
Oh
heard
my
of
god,
it.
yeah, right. Yeah.
That's so mean.
I'm so sorry.
No. Sue the shit out of them. Tencent needs buried. They got their tentacles all over the game industry. But yeah, that's a topic for a whole other podcast. Apparently they might be working on a multiplayer Horizon project, which I'm not upset about.
I'm not against.
I would totally like do a Helldivers esque hunt down machine dinosaurs with bow and arrows with my friends. I think I'd be in on that. It depends on how much microtransactions and oh, come on, Bob, you'd be in. You love Horizon.
I like Horizon, but I like Horizon for what it is. I like Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I like Elden Ring. I don't like. I have no interest in Night Ring. My point is, I love what Guerrilla did, especially when you go from Killzone into Horizon.
Yeah.
We're getting fatigue like with The Last of Us. It's your ex now. You need to move.
Oh, trust me. I don't want it, but if it comes out, I would have my eye on it. I hope they're just working on the sequel. I hope they're working on Horizon 3, the Desolate North. I don't know. But what if it's called that? That'd be so fun. That'd be so cool.
You heard it here first, folks.
Yes, exactly. Because I'm not going to spoil anything, but the next game is going to be North. Let's just say that, because it was the DLC kind of pointed us in that direction. They pointed in that direction, eh? So
I just want, if they're going to do a multiplayer, I think anytime any player has focus mode, it should slow the game down for everybody.
Oh, shit.
Just be a pain in the ass. Like, what the hell?
Playing it like 15
right.
frames a second.
Your frame drops because that guy's going to shoot you in the head and you can't do anything about it.
Oh, no.
Awesome.
I don't want a multiplayer from this studio. I really don't. But this is one of the few that I don't know, hunting down machine dinosaurs with the bow and arrow. I think it'd be all right.
See, I think they should flip it. I think you should be the machine dinosaurs trying to collect some people. I think that would actually make for a more interesting multiplayer game.
Right.
Because
you're like an asymmetric.
Well, you think about it. I don't know. I don't want to throw in Jurassic Park, but velociraptors hunt in packs, right?
Yeah.
So you could have a pack of those types of machines that are trying to attack a village. And so you're fighting 60 people, 60 people in a village, and you're just three dinosaurs, and you're just going in and destroying shit. No. I feel like it would be the Rampage or the Primal Rage.
Oh, yeah.
I could see that working out.
Evolve.
I know that's, well, kind of, but in the Horizon IP, I don't want it, but I would pay attention to it if they did something that flipped it on its head. I could get excited about that. But
I don't want any of this. I want Horizon 3.
Yes,
let me be clear. I want Horizon 3. Horizon Forbidden West was a world's better, honestly, than Zero Dawn. Technically, it's one of the prettiest games I've ever seen, other than Death Stranding.
Death Stranding
2,
2 is taking that mantle.
But there's a lot more going on. Like there's a lot of more sci-fi elements, right? Death Stranding it's sci-fi for sure, but you know what I mean. So
it's sci-fi, but there's this sense of intrigue and adventure and discovery. And Ashley Birch is probably a very wonderful woman, but Aloy is kind of flat toned. Sorry, I had to do it. But my point is this. You're going so hard off the rails with the genre and the way it fits. Like it's you guys ever seen the movie Heavyweights?
Yeah.
Never put Twinkies on your pizza. That's what I think of when I think of any kind of multiplayer online Horizon. Do not put it sounds good until you try it, and you're gonna take all of what was great and truly wonderful about Horizon and turn it around. So I don't want to do that because
I don't want it.
I like Guerrilla Games, but if they were to come out and say, "Hey, we're doing a multiplayer something other Horizon," I would skip it because there are 15 other games that have my interest more.
Sure.
And you need to send that message to the developers.
There's a rumor that Fire Sprite's on that multiplayer game too, but I just give us Horizon 3. So
thank you. That's all I want.
For sure.
Yeah, Guerrilla Games is a oldie in the PlayStation first party studios. It was founded in 2000, and they've made all the Killzone games. So they are one of the greats. Another one of the greats, and we're getting a game from them in October. The legendary Sucker Punch Productions. Yes. Sucker Punch Productions. Infamous, right? Infamous 1 and 2, Infamous Second Son, Infamous First Light, kind of a spinoff. But then they created a new IP on the PS4 called Ghost of Tsushima. And
so good.
Amazing, right?
Played it in Japanese, so every time I think of the game, I think of when he's about to do a samurai standoff, and he's like, "Take the koi," and it's great every time. I love that.
Oh shit! I never did that. You played it in Japanese?
Yeah, I only played it in Japanese. Only in Japanese. The first time,
beautiful.
Because for Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, I did English first, just because there's a lot going on. Not that there isn't in Ghost, but I was like, I'm gonna be. I might be killed right away because I don't know what the fuck is going on, but the immersion worked perfectly for me immediately. I was just the whole game I played in Japanese, and it was a masterclass for me. I know for
Did
people.
Did you Kurosawa mode?
Yeah, not the whole time. I bounced around because I kind of wanted to see what they offered, but the voice acting, while it was very good in English, because I did play some of it in English after I beat it just to see. The English was great, but the Japanese was how that game, in my opinion, was meant to be played. It was so good. It loved it. Turned it back in the DLC because when the DLC came out, I had it.
Iki Island was amazing,
and I had to turn it back to Japanese because it just wasn't right for me. The characters were not quite what they need to be. I would recommend it if somebody has time, because you should play it in Japanese. It's awesome. It's so good.
I went back through it on the PS5. And then I did the Iki Island DLC. It was awesome.
So good.
Amazing game. Yeah. Sucker Punch Productions, also famous in the 90s for a 3D action platformer, Sly Cooper. Which you recently played, Bob.
Yes. Sucker Punch is I don't want to. I know I'm going to out myself here. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not a complete PlayStation guy.
Oh my god!
I knew of Sly Cooper.
What the hell?
I know a lot of the story. Infamous. I bought Second Son and Dying Light and Second Son.
First Light.
I bought both of them, but I got distracted. Ghost of Tsushima, when it came out, was my game of the year. So that kind of was when I heard Ghost of Yote being announced, I was kind of like, all right, let me go back to the roots of Sucker Punch to kind of see, how did it come to? And I mean, all of that to say, Sly Cooper still holds up very well today.
Very good.
Nice.
If you have your PlayStation, I'm going to say Plus Extra, but don't quote me. You can go play it in the Classics catalog. So it's probably premium, but go play it in the Classics catalog. It takes you 15 hours to do everything, which includes
Mhm.
platinum. It is a great 3D platformer collectathon with zany ass characters and even zanier voice acting. But there's a certain level of charm to it. So go check it out.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
good.
yeah.
They're really good. They are a product of their time, but they're solid games. They're a lot of fun.
You got to play Infamous though, Bob. Second Son is amazing. The powers you get is crazy. Right? No, I know. Trust me. I really hope they do a trilogy, like with Cole and Delson. That'd be cool.
Give that to me.
It's
Yeah.
funny you mentioned that, is because I would have to go look back at the timelines, but when, in my mind, Infamous was the parallel to another game that I played, and I know I'm gonna get you guys are gonna throw freaking burning stakes at me.
Prototype?
Prototype?
You son
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
bitch. I knew it.
God damn it!
We knew.
I liked Prototype. I
Played it.
It was good. It was good.
And then I never got around to Infamous because I was like, all right, I've played a game in that kind of wheelhouse somewhat tangentially and got distracted by other things.
There are two
Yeah.
types of gamers in this world. There are Infamous gamers and there are prototype gamers.
Yeah.
And I thought Bob and I had an understanding. But I've just found out that he's a prototype. No, Prototype was good. It was
great.
very good. I personally thought Infamous was done better.
No.
And it got more love eventually. Of course, it got some sequels that I think Prototype actually should have been brought back in today's standards. I really think that
There's a rumor we're getting a third one.
really.
I would be down for that because
would
Me too.
And now that you mention that, yeah, you know what? Maybe Infamous is something I will have to try but I will try to go back to because I
Right.
fundamentally really did like the Prototype games.
Fun fact, Second Son was one of the first games to implement HDR.
And they did it so well too.
Dude, when I first saw it, I was like, where'd the colors go? But then the depth, I got used to the depth and I'm like, holy shit. So Horizon Zero Dawn and Infamous Second Son were some of the first. So, yep. Yeah, Second Son's amazing. But Sucker Punch Productions, man, incredible. So these next three are like the podium, the 1, 2, and 3 of first party studios. First we had
potato and veggies.
absolutely.
And
we got Santa
dessert.
Monica Studio.
A little bit of a
Right.
dessert too.
Oh yeah, little cherry on top. Santa Monica Studio, God of War. Let's be real.
Never
God
heard
of
of
War
it.
3
Never
is,
heard of it.
in my top 10, right? And then on the PS4, not a new IP, but they really flipped the script on what God of War was, and we got God of War 2018 or 2016. Which one was it? I don't know.
I thought it was 16.
20.
Now I don't know.
The 6 and the 8 are mixed up, man. Anyway, the new God of War follows Kratos in the Norse mythology stuff. Amazing, incredible game. And the God of Wars before that, some of my favorites. God of War 3, top 10 for me. Kratos is an awesome character. They fleshed him out very well in the God of War, the new God of War, and then we got God of War Ragnarok on PS5. I think there's a PS4 version too.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. But oh man, what they're doing next. We were kind of talking about it. The last thing we got from them was the nice little treat, the free DLC, if you will, God of War Valhalla. And that was kind of like God of War meets Hades.
It was good.
And
I had fun.
Yeah, no, I liked it. It's like a 10-hour thing. Very fun. But dude, Ragnarok, one of the best games on PS5. And they were going to make that a trilogy, but they made it 2 games. And the next one, we might have a little bridge, kind of like we got Miles Morales with Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2. We might get a little bridge with Atreus in there. I don't know. But dude, they got to go to the next mythology. And I really hope it's Egyptian. Oh, give it to me.
I've heard that. But you know what? I want him to go to true Eastern mythology.
Yeah, it can be one of 3, right? Because I mean, maybe I don't know. Not a spoiler, but in Valhalla, they kind of foreshadow either one of 3. We're getting either Japanese Eastern mythology, Celtic. What is it? Like I don't know, Celtic mythology.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And then, well, where at? Like it's in Ireland, right? And then Egyptian mythology in Egypt. So Egypt is going to be the biggest one, I think, right? Japanese would be big too.
I love that. I love that. Could you imagine
Yeah.
Kratos just beating the fuck out of some like kaiju creature? Imagine this: God of War mixing with Neo. Like, is there a goal? This? Come on, man. The Kappa, just God of War beating down a Kappa, senseless,
Right.
spinning him around. Oh, I'd be all for it.
Kratos beating the face of Sekhmet in.
Ooh, that'd be another good one.
I personally
Or
vote for
Anubis.
Egyptian because it's
Me
also a new locale. We got ancient Greece in the first 3, and even a little bit in these ones with flashbacks and stuff. Spoilers,
Yep.
but not really. We know that they've existed. And then, of course, in this Norse mythology, you have hills, you have trees, you have a lot of green, you have snow, you have mountainous
Norway.
areas. But in Egypt, not that it's all sand, but it's just a different color palette. It's a different set of gods that are a lot more unique. They stand more on their own. I think nothing against Japanese Eastern mythology or even Chinese mythology. It's a little bit, I guess, flightier would be the word I would use. Just it's harder to follow. I think Egyptian mythology is a little bit more clear cut. There's a good god, there's bad gods, there's gods in between, there's the nuanced stuff, and I think that's what God of War does best. Personally, is the new, especially now with so you talk about Ragnarok being one of the best games on the PS5. Actually, my favorite in the entire series is God of War, the first one on PS4.
Oh yeah.
I think that game was just I don't want to say it came out of nowhere, but I remember when the trailer first started, I kind of rolled my eyes because I thought, we've been through Kratos. I don't need this. He's chopping down a tree. Like, what the fuck is this? I didn't really get it. I fully admit that I did not get it. I thought it looked beautiful. I was going to give it a chance because I loved the IP, but I did not expect to love it as much as I thought, holy fuck, you guys reimagined this in such a way that it evolved. It's new, it's fresh. This character who was, let's face it, in the original trilogy, while interesting, Greek tragedy through and through, was kind of
one-dimensional.
He just, I'm angry and I fucking like that was Kratos. And now he's one of my favorite game characters ever. He's grown, but he's still got that part of him in the past that he carries with him at all times, and that's honestly that's growth, and that you can't really do that well. I thought that they were biting off more than they could chew, and I was so glad to be wrong. That was actually my favorite game of the system. First party game of the system. Horizon Zero Dawn would be my second favorite first party.
That was my first. God of War was probably Uncharted 4.
But I could make an argument either way for my top 2. It's just God of War. Yeah, this studio is great. I'm going off on a tangent. This studio fucking rules. So
one of the best. And I'm excited to see what they're making next. Rumors are it's kind of like a bridge game, maybe like a smaller one like Miles Morales we got.
I'll take it.
So I'll take it too. So hopefully we hear more soon. The next one also a king, one of the kings, Insomniac, right? They what haven't they done, right? They did Spyro the Dragon, Ratchet and Clank, Resistance, Spider-Man, another new IP on PS4. I'm a huge Ratchet and Clank fan. Loved Rift Apart. Loved A Crack in Time. I'd say I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, but man, Ratchet and Clank is like, oh, that's so hard. Spider-Man's so good, and the original was so good too. But this studio is awesome. Of course, they're making a new Marvel IP.
Oh, I am so excited for this.
Wolverine. This studio has been the victim of a lot of leaks, unfortunately. So I think this is what's delaying stuff a little bit. But I don't know when we're going to see Wolverine. If you went and looked at the early concepts and bitched about it, you're a terrible person and you don't know how game development works, and just shut the fuck up. How about that?
Why are his feet going through the floor? Shut your mouth.
It's pre-alpha. Like, Jesus.
As they play Fallout 3 again.
Remember when GTA 6 was leaked and everyone's like, this looks terrible? It's like, dude, do you know how video games are developed? Or are you just a chode?
Nobody wants to know how the sausage is made
Right.
until, or they want to know until they see it, and then they just shit all over it.
Yeah.
I love that analogy.
Then maybe you don't eat sausage anymore. Fuck you. You don't deserve this meat. Like, get out of
Exactly.
here. That's how I look at it.
That is brilliant. I like that.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah. Video games take a long time to make. They take a lot of revisions. They take a lot of development and creative process. And they take a lot of people to make them and a lot of time. So Insomniac is working on Marvel's Wolverine. They're working on a working on a Wolverine game.
I can smell it. Like, I'm just so excited for it.
Hey, bub.
He actually is my second favorite X-Man. My first favorite is it's Morph, for people that know. I really loved Morph when I was younger. He is not
nice.
I mean, Wolverine is he just was always my guy.
Oh yeah.
Morph was different, so it doesn't really count, but I'm beyond excited for this Wolverine game.
Yep.
Second time this episode, Caleb, you and I are not on the same wavelength. I am not. I was never on the Wolverine camp. I was on the other side of that camp, which you probably already know where I'm going with
Cyclops, you motherfucker.
No. Wolverine's partner in crime, if you will, but sometimes kind of enemy. His frenemy.
Oh, that. Okay.
Gambit.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Sabretooth, and I was going to say, what? No, Gambit's great. Gambit was awesome. He was just underutilized, I felt. My big thing in Wolverine is he's a big Japanese. He loves Japanese culture and stuff. That's a lot of his. So that's why for me.
I totally get that. All right, cool. So in that case, Insomniac, get Wolverine out the door, and then you can give me a Gambit game, please.
I want Gambit to be in it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Apparently, this is building to an actual X-Men game. So
give me another alliance.
Another thing they're supposedly working on, of course, the next Ratchet and Clank, but also a Venom game, Venom Lethal Protector. So, I mean, Spider-Man 2, not getting into any spoilers, but that was a good game. I can't really say
anything beyond that. Yeah,
I can't really go into that, can I? Go play Spider-Man 2 if you haven't. That's made by Insomniac Games, and it's awesome.
I mean, we knew he was in the marketing.
Okay, he was in the marketing, but he was he was in the market. Yes, no, Venom was in the marketing, but yeah. So go play Spider-Man 2 if you haven't. It's incredible. That was their latest project. And they are working on Wolverine, which should go into a X-Men game in 2030. Who knows? But take your time. We'll probably hear about this maybe next year. I don't know if we're going to hear about it this year. Maybe with the state of play or something. Might release next year. I don't know. I don't know where they are in that.
I don't either. I'm waiting for them though. I'm happy to wait. But it's been some years. They do need to shit or get off the pot, as it were.
Right.
Wolverine doesn't age as fast as we do, so like he's got time, but we don't.
PlayStation bought these guys Insomniac for like very, very little money, and dude, their ROI on this thing is just nuts. Like, they've been pumping out games left and right. One of PlayStation's best first-party studios, in my opinion. And I can't wait to see what they're going to do with Wolverine, the next Ratchet and Clank.
It's another one of those that they let them do what they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they might give them a few options. I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but I know when the Marvel IP train was going, when they approached, I think, didn't Insomniac say, "Holy shit, let us do it"? Like, I think they wanted to do it. I might be wrong about that, but it sounds.
Marvel went to Xbox first, and Xbox was like, no, and they went to PlayStation. Insomniacs, no, we got this, because they developed a game exclusively for Xbox 360 that was in the vein of traversal. Remember that game?
Yes.
Remember? Yeah. Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive was actually a lot more fun than people gave it credit for. I thought it was good.
Microsoft unfortunately still owns that IP, but maybe if we're sharing everything, just give it back to Insomniac. Let's see Sunset Overdrive 2, but not before Wolverine and all the other games. That'd be cool. But a lot of what's in Spider-Man, the traversal in Spider-Man, is a lot of it, you see like Sunset Overdrive walked before Spider-Man could run.
Before Spider-Man could thwip.
Yeah, thwip. Before Spider-Man could web sling.
Yeah,
So,
but Matt's right. That was exactly if my memory is correct, they came to and Insomniac said, "Dude, we would fucking love to do a Spider-Man game," and then
yeah.
kind
And
of
they nailed it. They hit it out of the park. Spider-Man for PS4, fucking awesome.
Sony said
The
it's
sequel,
yours. Have fun.
Yeah.
It's great.
The sequel, amazing. Just yeah. I can't wait. I don't know what's up with the DLC. We got DLC for the first one, but I think the DLC was canceled. I think we're getting DLC of specific characters that I don't want to spoil if you haven't played the game. Fuck, not spoiling stuff is so hard. But I think that DLC was scrapped. So they'll probably put it in the third game or maybe the Venom game. Who knows? It would make sense in the Venom game.
Sure.
Let's just say that. The Kings, the next one, founded in the 80s, of course, they made Crash Bandicoot. We were just talking about it. Jak and Daxter, right?
That was my personal favorite from them early on was Jak and Daxter. I was a Jak and
yeah.
Daxter guy instead of Ratchet and Clank. I love Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
But I love Jak and Daxter more earlier. Ratchet and Clank games were arguably better. I understand that. There was something special about Jak and Daxter too. I loved it.
Oh yeah. Speaking of another trilogy that needs to be remade. My personal favorite from this studio, Uncharted. It's above The Last of Us for me. Uncharted 4, just peak in my opinion. But yeah, of course they made The Last of Us, and this is Naughty Dog, right? It's the PlayStation's probably best studio of all time, honestly, and I couldn't be more excited for what they're working on next. They are going to another new IP. They haven't done a new IP in a while. The last new IP they did was The Last of Us on PS3, the end of PS3. And we're getting Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Neil Druckmann of Naughty Dog said this game is inspired by two IPs in the sci-fi world, Guardians of the Galaxy and Akira.
Yeah, give it to me. Give that
yes.
to me.
Oh, and Cowboy Bebop. I was like, what? Yes.
So good.
All the things. We've seen was it in game? Did they confirm it was in game?
In engine?
Yeah, in engine.
I don't know. I'm not confident to say yes or no. I don't know.
We've seen a trailer. This trailer ended the Game Awards last year, which makes me very excited for the Game Awards this year. And man, yeah, Naughty Dog. What can I say? Uncharted 4 is one of my favorite games on the system. The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2 are classics. Last of Us for me is my favorite of the Last of Us series. And then Left Behind. They were working on Factions, but that got scrapped. So that's a lot of assets wasted, unfortunately. But you're playing The Last of Us Part 2, kind of put it down, gonna finish it, Bob.
I'll get around to it. I'll finish it at some point. Actually, I don't know how far I am. I have to look, but I'm pretty confident I might, depending on how long it takes for me to finish this god game called Death Stranding 2. I don't know if you've heard of it. But once I'm done with that, yeah, my next focus is probably going to be Metal Gear Solid Delta. So that should give me time to play back, catch up on a lot of things. Like I want to catch out Lunar. I want to finish Last of Us Part 2. So, but yes, it is on my list. I'm getting through it. I probably won't platinum it, but we'd love to finish it because I think it's a very unique and interesting game, and it's a great how we get this IP that came before it with you get your Jak and Daxters, and then now we're going into Intergalactic. You said Akira and Cowboy Bebop. I immediately was like, I'm sold.
Yeah, the jacket's straight from Akira.
I know.
Yes, it is.
The trailer got a lot of flack from the internet because the internet hates everything.
The internet's
the
internet.
Very excited about it from the
Me
get-go.
too.
They know how to make worlds, and all. I mean, it's in the trailer. She's in a ship in space. Don't know what the fuck's going on beyond that.
Yep.
And I'm invested. I'm very invested in what this means. Could it be
90s?
Could it be terrible? Anything can be terrible. Anything could be bad. It's always possible. I don't think it
No,
will
it's
be.
not.
I think it's going to be awesome. But I'm just saying, for people that hate
Their track
on
record,
the
though,
internet,
like
yeah, exactly. They know
they
what's
make,
up.
yeah. So yeah, they're just the kings of gameplay. They polish every game they make is just perfected, and they're very detail oriented, and just, man, they're a master of their craft for sure.
I will say,
Naughty Dog is one of the greats.
I would add one little caveat to what you said. I agree. I think they're masters of cinematic gameplay, not masters
Mhm.
of gameplay. There are
Mm.
so many games that you pick up a game and it's really, really fun, really solid, but it has no story. It's still got really good gameplay. I
Mhm.
think what Naughty Dog excels at is their narrative driven cinematic gameplay, because
Hmm.
anytime, using The Last of Us 1 as a reference, when you're about 3 or 4 hours into the game and you're really at your first actual gunfight or whatever you want to call it, you might not have a gun, you might have a 2x4, right?
Mhm.
Almost everything you do is cinematic and you're controlling the experience. A lot of games suffered not being able to do that. Even the earlier
Right.
Mass Effect game, they focused on cinematics. The gameplay itself wasn't as cinematic until 2 and 3. But The Last of Us came out, brand new IP, and every shot you could argue was shot. It was like a movie or a TV
Mhm.
series. It just looked beautiful. And I come from the film and television background enough. I don't know how the fuck they did that while you could also control. I mean, the over the shoulder camera helps. That's the 3-point perspective is part of that. But I don't know how they do it. I really don't. It's
Right.
sorcery every time.
And the dynamic stuff, right? Like them leaning on a wall.
Yes.
It's just a lot of dynamic things. Like depending on where you are,
Mhm.
is what animations the character does, and it's really fucking awesome.
Well, nothing is perfect. I mean, even movies
Right.
have plenty of problems, but it's damn near perfect. How
Yeah.
they do, how they, somebody bumps into a wall and they just kind of do this with their hand, or they're
Mm-hmm.
leaning and they're ducking for cover and they just kind of crouch and the lighting hits them the right way. Looks like a shot out of a film. It's
Yep.
crazy how good that's done.
Yeah.
You were going to say something, Bob. What? I saw that look in your eyes.
No. I just it got me thinking about when you said their Naughty Dog is cinematic. Um, I think back to, I don't want to drag us too far back down the rabbit hole, but I think it goes to Tsushima, and I think of Sly Cooper. That's environmental storytelling.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Oh yeah.
So
These
it really got my wheels spinning in that regard. So I apologize, folks. I have ADHD.
these are like PlayStation's top studios, right? They're masters of their craft. Like I said, like they make the games that are critical successes, and some of my favorites. They just, PlayStation honestly just makes the best experiences. They curate their titles, and they take care of their developers, and they I don't know, they take care of their teams, right? They didn't used to buy a lot of people. They partnered with Insomniac like for years. And then they're like, "Okay, we'll purchase you. We think you're a good fit." And it really shows. They give their developers creative freedom. And like even Kojima, second party, of course, but like Kojima went to uh Xbox, he's making OD, but like PlayStation was like, no, we need to get Kojima. And Andrew House at the time was like, no, we're getting Kojima. And Kojima's like, yeah, I want to be with you guys. You get it, and you understand what makes great game development and what makes a great development studio. And PlayStation is just like, you have all these ideas, you make the game, and we'll financially support you and we'll market you. And we know if you have that creative freedom, you're going to make us a fucking awesome title. And I mean, what? The games get 90s plus, like critical successes, amazing games, fun to play. Just, I mean, I'm a huge PlayStation fan. I'm a little biased, right? But you gotta admit, man, they are top tier developers and teams, and on the ranks of Nintendo first party, in my opinion.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
only bummer for people, your average gamer, some people that don't necessarily want to play games for that narrative driven
Right.
thing.
They think they're boring. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's I'm not going to say you're wrong because you're entitled to your opinion. I personally think a person can learn a lot from a lot of these games. The themes that are in these games, The Last of Us Part 2 with revenge begetting revenge, that's a whole conversation that we could have for 6 hours if we wanted to. Even without Bob finishing it, he knows that where he is in the game, and he has yet to experience even more of how important that conversation is. Uncharted is all about adventure. It's like an Indiana Jones thing, and
so good.
in God of War, we argued back when God of War was coming out on the PS4. How is this guy who is just an angry dude, bro, rips people in half, and just, you know, he had a sad, tragic life, but how's that going to get interesting? And it turns into a father and son adventure expedition that offers all this emotional closure. I mean, that's shit that you can't really find anywhere else. And if you're not into that for games, then maybe PlayStation first party studios aren't for you. But there is almost always something for everybody in these. And I really think it's a bummer that we are in this mini drought where a lot of the live service games that were being made over the last 5 years now, probably 4 or 5 years, 80% of them were canceled. I think that was the right call. It might suck now because we're not getting as many of the first party bangers as we were used to. Let's be honest, with the PS4, we were spoiled. There was always, next first party game right around the corner, and
so many new IPs too.
Yeah, and we are still getting a little bit of that. It's just game development is a lot harder than it used to be. You've talked about this plenty of times in your earlier casts that we used to get games 6 months to every year and a half, maybe. But that's because we were working in the 8-bit, 16-bit era, even the 32-bit era that had the FMVs. You didn't have mocap actors doing all this voice work and all this shit that they then had to put in the game, that they had to make different animation. It's so complex. And part of what I think is so cool about that crossing the bridge between cinematic storytelling and gameplay, they've married it so well, that PlayStation has married it so well. Third-party developers have also started to do that. You've got CD Projekt Red, you've got Square Enix. I don't know if they actually do full mocap for the voice actors. I'm assuming that they do, but I don't know that. As much as I love Square, I don't know that. I know they have battle mocap. So like the girl who does Tifa for her martial arts, it's the same girl that's been around. She's fucking
You watched
awesome.
that, didn't you?
I studied it. No, I think it really is fascinating and amazing how they can make that animation work in combat. It's real time. I would call it semi-real time, but it's real time. And that we didn't do that shit back when Street Fighter came out. It was you just had a guy who drew somebody kicking, and now you've actually got a person who can do 90% of these things. It's so cool to see. And so I think if people turn away from PlayStation first party because I'm not interested in the story, if you've never given it a chance, I would just argue find one of these games that's 10 to 15 hours long. You don't have to get into the 50-hour ones. You don't have to do that. Give it a chance because you might learn something. You might feel something that you didn't know. Like, I don't have kids. Bob, you have children. When I played God of War, PS4, I think I told you guys this on maybe Offcast weeks ago. One of my friends who's been bugging me, he's like, why don't you have kids? Why don't you at least have kids? And there's so many reasons that we don't. But I was never completely against that. It just wasn't something we were going to do. I played God of War for PS4, and I told him, because he hadn't played it, and I recommend games to that friend group, and I said, let me put it this way. This game made me really consider trying to have a son. Because just the relationship they had, good and bad. Atreus is a little shit half the time in that game. That's not a spoiler. He's an asshole because he's a kid. Children are going to do that. And I thought that they nailed that. Cory Barlog nailed that so well that even somebody like me who doesn't have children felt it. I knew Kratos' frustration, but I also knew Atreus's, he was, I don't even remember how old he was in the first game. Was he like 7 to 10 years old or something?
I think so.
And I remember being 7 to 10. I remember being a little asshole. It's just like that happened because we're all individual and unique. But they did such a good job with that. And I guess my question for you, Bob, is as a person who has children, did you appreciate that when you played God of War? Did you recognize that, or did it feel authentic to you, or am I smelling my own shit? Like, am I crazy? Is what I'm asking.
So I can tell you this much: I don't think you're smelling your own shit, but I can't say 100%. And the reason I say that is, um, so there's having kids, and then there's the dynamics that come associated with, like, the parental dynamics that come with being part of that. So the mom, dad, and then the child, and everything else. So Kratos he's a widower.
Yeah.
He's not a widow, but he's a widower father trying to raise his son, um, who carries a lot of burdens. That part I kind of get, is the whole trying to raise that part. I get from that angle, which is trying to raise your kids while carrying a lot of dark burdens of your past, and a lot of scars. And then trying to teach your children, hey, this is the kind of stuff you don't want to do because I made those mistakes, but you can only get the message across so much, right? I think the greatest line I like to use is, there are some lessons that can never be taught; they can only be learned.
Yeah, it's a great line. It's great.
Uh, and that's kind of one of those situations. That being said, is the second half of that is, I didn't quite understand the whole widower angle, but from a trying to teach your kid and
I did.
trying to help him avoid try to help them avoid the mistakes of your past, and then watching Kratos's frustration, but he can't express that frustration, because he has to be the stoic father that leads. Kind of did hit pretty good. I will give you that much.
See, that's the crazy thing, because the other thing hit me, the widower thing. I've never been married, but similar thing happened to what happened to Kratos, and like the whole game. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but they want to spread the ashes of his mother on top of the mountains in Jotunheim, and I fucking recently had done that with someone that I cared very much for. So that part hit me pretty heavy. The parenting part, not so much, but I was just like you, Caleb. I was like, man, I kind of want a son now.
Which is
But
weird.
then I was
It's
like,
so weird.
yeah,
to think,
right?
why did you have a child? Oh, I played this
Right.
video game where the original protagonist ripped people in half and screamed
Yeah.
"Zeus!" and everybody's like, that's fucking nonsense. But when you
Right.
really experience it from the beginning, the middle, the end, or
Yeah.
where the end to where we were at the time, uh, that's something that I don't think anything but good game development can offer. You can watch a movie and
Mhm.
you can feel that way, but you're
Yeah.
not experiencing it the same. I mean, unless you
Yeah.
have a really, really good director. But
Right.
in game development, for these, what Sony does really well, in my opinion, and always has, is found those things that are important, whether to people who have already felt it, or they can let people who haven't felt it feel it.
Mhm.
I'm fortunate that I've been with my high school sweetheart. We're still
It's awesome.
going. It's great. She's awesome. Um, literal love of my life. Duh. When I played God of War, I was concerned about becoming a widow. I mean, that was just holy shit. I
Right.
can't imagine what people go through, but this is the closest that I can get, and that's well, the closest I want to get. I don't want to get any closer than that, but it does put a lot of things into perspective. Games can do that,
Mhm.
and that's I just think that's super cool.
I will tell you. How am I gonna say this? Because you're right. You're 100% right. That's what they do well. And I'm gonna bring this all the way back to Naughty Dog. Okay. I'm gonna try to do this as best as I can without spoilers for the audience here. Okay. But and I don't want to be too tragic, but let's just say I'm without a certain parent since I was a young child
Mm-hmm.
due to tragedy. A sequel of a certain game that has now been made into a TV show. There, you see where I'm going with this? That kind of thing is one of those moments where you go, "Oh, I can feel this," and then there's that hits so close to home, it almost makes it uncomfortable, and I think that's what great game design can do.
Definitely.
Yeah. I go into video games like a good book. Like I want to experience them. I want to immerse myself, and I just want to dive into the story. So I get some people don't like the games. So they might be boring. There might be too many cutscenes. Go play a Kojima game. But yeah, it's just the ultimate storytelling. and PlayStation does it best, in my opinion. So that's let's what do you say we get the hell out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's call it a day or night in this
Yeah.
case.
You guys knew what you were getting into, and you asked me to join this episode again.
Oh yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, PlayStation's a big part of us, and
Yeah.
it holds a special place in our heart, and I know it does for you. And I knew you would be the perfect person to bring on to talk about this kind of stuff. So Bob and I are
thanks
huge
again.
PlayStation fans. Yeah, of course. Glad to have you, and thanks for joining. So, what's your guys' favorite first party developer for PlayStation? What's your favorite game? What hits you in the heart, or in your what game hits you? Like, I mean, dude, the beginning of The Last of Us, right? Like, just incredible storytelling here. And I don't know how many times I've cried playing a lot of all games, really, but PlayStation first party does it the best. And we wanted to talk about the state of PlayStation first party developers, wrapping up our 4-part series. So this is the last one, and we wanted to end it with a bang with PlayStation. So thanks so much for everyone listening, and hop on the Discord, talk about it. That's why we're doing this conversation about video games and what they mean to us and how they touch us in our funny places.
Ooh. I'm glad that
But
we
yeah.
went for the heartfelt God of War and The Last of Us to how they touch us in our funny places.
Indeed. How they touch us and how we relate with them on a personal level. So thanks so much for listening. You guys have a great evening.
Keep on expanding that chiral network.
God damn.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming and, most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.